is a lot playing them in a lot of situations under a lot of minutes too.
Pittsburgh showed signs of being a team maybe whose window is closing. Sidney Crosby really wasn't a factor the other night. Chris Letang struggled, actually. He was on the ice for all 3 Flyer goals. But the Flyers know better than to read too much into that. They've got to expect the Penguins to come out firing on all cylinders, especially Sidney Crosby.
I think Sidney Crosby probably took the majority of the focus. The Flyers, by design, that was the game plan. Take away the 3 heads of the snake. Letang, Malkin, and obviously Crosby. Crosby was, I won't want to say eliminated. He was still a factor, but he wasn't coming up the ice with the puck. They took that away from him, focused on him, but then you've got Malkin to deal with, right? Letang didn't do that well. Look for a response from him. Defensively, he's going to be more aggressive, I think, because him and Girard, they're going to be dependent on. They're the depth piece for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and they're probably going to be looking for a response from him. But Crosby, he's going to bring something tonight. You have to be ready for a game from Sidney Crosby.
Flyers been good defensively for quite a while now, and they bottled up the neutral zone, and the Penguins turned the puck over a lot. That's what they're going to be trying to change. The Flyers certainly are prepared for it.
It's a pressure cooker. The only way you can stop neutral zone play is with pressure. So look for Pittsburgh to really have defensive presence up on the blue line, up on the red line, stopping that speed rush transition game, trying to generate through the back check of the forwards more turnovers so they can have a transition game as well. The only way to beat that pressure is with pressure. Look for that tonight.
Flyers are 18-0 in 7-game series when they win the first 2 games. They've only done it twice on the road. The last time was 14 years ago right here in Pittsburgh. Flyers and Pens are coming up. We'll take the break. We'll come back with the starting lineups. The opening face-off, Game 2 of this Eastern Conference first-round series on the Philadelphia Flyers Broadcast Network.
This is Philadelphia Flyers hockey on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Philadelphia has always been about toughness, grit, and innovation, and your Flyers are no exception. That's why they skate stronger with NextGen Hyperbaric. Using cutting-edge hyperbaric oxygen therapy, NextGen helps players recover quicker, heal better, and maintain energy through the grind of the season. From training to game day, NextGen keeps athletes ready to perform at their best. Proud to support the Flyers, proud to support Philly, NextGen Hyperbaric, the future of recovery is here.
I'm Kelly Munson, President and CEO of Independence Blue Cross. Playoff hockey is back in Philadelphia, and we know we can count on the orange and black to deliver passion, grit, and resilience on the ice. Off the ice, you can count on IBX to serve the people of our great city all year long. For more than 85 years, we've been here when you need us, and we're proud to be the official health insurance partner of the Flyers as they compete for the Stanley Cup. From one home team to another.
Let's go Flyers! The Flyers are teaming up with Holman to grow the game with the Goals for Gear program presented by HolmanAuto.com. For every Flyer goals scored, Holman will donate $275 to the Flyers Learn to Play Rookie program, which provides a unique opportunity for families to join the hockey community and for participants to develop fundamental skills to help them succeed both on and off the ice.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
From PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh, it's Game 2 of the Eastern Conference first-round series. Flyers and Pittsburgh Penguins as the Flyers look for the sweep of the first 2 games.
No, there's going to be no change in goal. Both for the Pittsburgh Penguins, number 74, Stuart Skinner. He's got the first loss in the series, but a goals against average of .312 and a save percentage of .850. Dan Vladar, number 80 for the Flyers. First win, a goals against average of 2 and a save percentage of .882. Referees are Garrett Rank and Kyle Raymond. Linesmen are Matt McPherson and Travis Garlitz.
Well, no surprise, Rick Tocchet started Game 1 with his 4th line to set the tempo. Somebody suggested in Pittsburgh that if the Flyers do that, the Penguins would follow suit and maybe we'd get some fisticuffs right at the start. Don't really expect that. But Luke Glendening will come in to take the opening faceoff against Tommy Novak. And he's out with Ricard Raquel and Evgeny Malkin. The Penguins controlling the game is underway as they Flip it in deep. Ristolainen in behind the net. Let the puck come to Sanheim, and Sanheim plays it up the near side. Off a Flyer stick. Malkin gets it across the zone. A Penguin was upended, but Pittsburgh does keep it in. Now behind his own net. Malkin made a run at Travis Sanheim. They're going to target Sanheim tonight only because he was so good the other night. The shot batted away with a blocker by Dan Villard, and it's swept all the way back down the ice. So the first save of the game, Vladar made off the blocker, and Philadelphia cleared all the way. Flyers will change up. Flyers out-hit the Penguins in the first period, kind of set the tempo early physically, and that's one of the things the Penguins are going to want to try to change the script, flip the script on. Wotherspoon sets up in behind his own goal. Flyers have the Dvorak line out, right up the middle, into the zone. Here's a shot by Chinnikov, and he fired it high and wide. Comes to Porter Martone. He put it into the middle and connecting up the left wing. Dances by a man. He goes in, put the brakes on, then rolls it in behind the goal. In the right wing corner, Dvorak played it back right point. Shot caroled up the end wall, right out in front, and unable to get that shot to the net was Porter Martone. Drysdale can't hold the blue line. He'll put it back in, but Philadelphia's got to get out, and they'll take the opportunity to change.
Oh, great read. Porter Martone just in the right place at the right time. That's an errant shot from the point, meant to come out front to that slot area.
Here is Trevor Zegras. He'll lift it deep into the Pittsburgh zone. Sam Girard goes back for that. Girard out right now with Erik Karlsson. The Flyers knocked that attempt down, the clearing attempt at the line, thrown at the goal, and handled by Skinner as Sanheim just kind of threw it at the net.
Well, definitely peak in intensity for the Pittsburgh Penguins. I think that they started initially there. Malkin right out of the gate comes out with a vengeance, and obviously starting with some energy. Starts with a cross check on Hathaway, and then right at Sanheim right away with a few hits. But that's what you've got to expect, and the Flyers, I think, managed to do well. They still kept the opportunity and puck to the outside, and as things are you think are happening, they're still quelling you. That's the frustration of Flyers D-zone. Everything's still on the outside.
We still remember that crazy series 14 years ago when the penalties were astronomical. The goaltending was awful. The Penguins still talk about that series, and one of the reasons maybe they're fixated on trying to set a physical tempo in this game. They all kind of treat the Flyers like it's the old days, the Broad Street Bullies. We know that's no longer the case.
Yeah, it's a personnel thing, too. It's how the makeup of the teams.
Sam Girard, right wing pass. In over the line is Blake Lizotte. Lizotte threw it across into the far corner, and Philadelphia will get there. Owen Tippett lifts it high into the air to center ice. Bounces away from Forster, and so Philadelphia will get that first line to the bench. Upended as he got to the Pittsburgh line was Matvei Michkov. Michkov is out here with Cates.
He's knocked down. They got to make a call there. That's complete interference.
Yeah, the puck was nowhere near him. Kendall on the near boards, checked by Denver Barkey. Barkey into the middle, and Cates was shouldered off the puck as Pittsburgh takes over. Here come the Pens. Clifton right up the middle. Clifton gains the red line, sends it in deep. Karen right back out in front of the net, but cleaned up there by Drysdale. Up the right wing. Michkov gave it to Barkey, and Barkey sends it in deep into the Pittsburgh zone. Clifton ridden into the end boards. Good hit there by Noah Cates. And the puck around to the far half wall. Drysdale got to it and threw it in front. That's off a skate to the near boards, and Shea is able to clear out at center. And Kendall unable to get a stick on that. They'll send it back in. Would have been icing against the Flyers, but it went right to Skinner.
You know, in playoffs, Tim, changes and timely changes are so important for teams. Flyers did a really good job of that in the first game, as well as Pittsburgh. It's pretty hard to catch them off, but they're doing a good job of that again tonight, the Philadelphia Flyers.
Tipped out at center ice. Philadelphia unable to get that ahead to Glenn Denning. He was at the Pittsburgh line, out with Couturier and Hathaway. Into the middle, Pittsburgh onside at the Flyer line, but it's off the skate of Ristolainen. He goes back for that. In the corner, tipped it by Rickard Rakell out in front, and a shot fired up over the net. That was off the stick of Tommy Novak. Novak knocked it down to the right wing corner. Feeds him behind the goal. Into the left wing corner. The Penguins go to work there. Malkin stood up, though, and upended on a good defensive play there by Travis Sanheim. Sanheim really had battles with Malkin, but especially Crosby in game one. Here's Karlsson with a shot wide of the net. Gobbled up by Philadelphia, and out they come as Sanheim gets it up that right wing. Late in the shift, It'll be sent in deep by Couturier, covered by Skinner, but when Couturier went to go to the bench, Malkin runs up at him, and Travis Konechny has a word for Evgeny Malkin. Malkin's the guy that you might be able to get under his skin.
Yeah, he can get under his skin, but you got to watch him too. He's very sneaky. He'll do things behind the play. He knows what he's doing as well. They're trying to get the Flyers off of their game.
Well, and they'd like to see the Flyers take undisciplined penalties, and we talked about that. The more this series is 5-on-5, Fridge, the better it is for the Flyers.
Yeah, I don't think that's unique just to the Philadelphia Flyers. Pittsburgh Penguins, their power play, they can rely on it, so they're just going to be part of their game, part of their approach, is to try and draw you in.
Our goaltender in behind the net, left it for his defense. The Flyers batted up that right side. Konechny into the middle, now on the attack. In over the line, Dvorak gives it up. Back to Konechny coming in late with a shot. He snapped it up over the net. Cam York jumped into the play there. Here's Konechny to Martone, and it just hopped over his stick. Drysdale to Martone in the slot of a shot that got through, and Skinner makes his first big early save. Drysdale winds it in behind the goal. Sam Girard taking off that puck, and Philadelphia gets to it. Dvorak leaves it. Now gets it back from Konechny. Back to the line it comes. Looking at the net, Cam York off the side of the stick of Konechny, and Sidney Crosby reaches and pokes it back out the center.
Oh, good shift. Flyers changing at the right time as well. Oh no, Dvorak and Konechny stay on.
Dumped right back in. Tippett comes out now with Trevor Zegras and Forster as the Flyers completing that change. Zegras off the bench, goes to the front as Tippett tried to keep it alive into the corner. He was checked. Connor Dewar knocked it away. Picked up by Wotherspoon, and he'll shovel it behind the goal into the far corner. Forster was shouldered off that puck by Noah Chari.
A good hit, good body by Nolan Chari. That's a big body in Tyson Forster.
Wotherspoon up the right wing, gains the red line and dumped it in deep. Big hit on Noah Chari in behind the net. Noah Juulsen's in the lineup. That's the only change the Flyers have made for Emil Andre, who he said is day-to-day with an upper body injury. Now Pittsburgh in behind the net. Lazan unable to wind it back out in front. It'll be gobbled up and covered by Dan Vladar. And we get pushing and shoving now in front of their goal as the Penguins are trying to stir it up.
Yeah, and that's where guys just got to stay out there. Noah Juulsen obviously back in. Now, he's had some experience, some reps with Sealer as a pairing. You're going to get a hard game with those two as a pairing. Tough battles in front. And Noah Juulsen, he is a devastating hitter. Can catch guys in open ice. And I'm sure that he's going to be looking for that style of play in playoffs.
Juulsen played 52 games in the regular season this year, had 10 points. This is only his third career playoff game. Penguins have a wealth of playoff experience, but it really didn't mean that much in game one. Flyers were more composed. Now tipped into the right wing corner. Chetikov unable to sidestep a man to get to that. Soderblom fighting for it, and the big winner plays it out left point. Pittsburgh at the line, a shot deflected off a stick. It's into the netting and out of play. And we get a timeout on the ice. 13:42 to go. So game two is underway. We're scoreless in the first on the Philadelphia Flyers Broadcast Network.
This is Philadelphia Flyers hockey on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, John Marks here for my dentist, Dr. Eric Pastor. I had issues with sleep apnea, and I went to the region's #1 source for a dental solution in treating snoring and sleep apnea. Dr. Pastor and his team can make you an FDA-approved dental appliance that is often covered by health insurance and Medicare. Dr. Pastor helped me, and he can do the same for you. Contact Dr. Eric Pastor, the Royersford dentist, at 610-67-SLEEP or visit drpastor.com. That's drpaster.com to schedule your free consultation today.
The demand for nurses in Philadelphia and New Jersey continues to be high. Jersey College is where careers like Nicole's began.
If you're really considering becoming a nurse, go to Jersey College, speak to the admissions, and let them guide you on your journey to becoming a nurse.
At Jersey College, we'll help you find the nurse inside you.
Jersey College gave me all the tools and confidence I needed to prepare me to be an emergency nurse.
Jersey College, serving the Philadelphia area and central New Jersey, with campuses in Jenkintown, Pennsylvania and Ewing, New Jersey. Visit jerseycollege.edu.
Introducing Home Care Plus, a new subscription service from Lowe's that helps make life easier by giving members a hand with home maintenance. Let Lowe's tackle the tasks you keep meaning to do, like electric dryer vent cleaning, replacing hard-to-reach light bulbs, and more. Subscribe to Home Care Plus for just $99 a year and consider your to-do list done. Members get more at Lowe's. Available in select zip codes only. Cancel anytime. Non-refundable fee. Product purchase required. Terms and service restrictions apply. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Subject to change.
Philadelphia Flyers hockey on the Flyers Broadcast Network.
Become a Flyers season ticket member for the 2026-27 season and gain immediate access to tickets for this year's Stanley Cup playoffs at the lowest available price. Text plans to 61259 to learn more.
During the regular season, Pittsburgh was the third best first period team. They scored 93 first period goals. They were a plus 25. Crosby in to win the faceoff in the Philadelphia zone. The Penguins top line goes to work. Chinnikov unable to get that shot through, and it was blocked out to center ice. Just knocked away from Luke Glendening. So the Flyers have their fourth line out against the Crosby line for Pittsburgh. Penguins Ryan Shea pushed back into his own zone to Clifton on the near side, and he'll land it in behind the net as Hathaway finishes the check. Up the left wing. Now Ryan Shea gets the red line, fired it in deep. Round it comes into the near corner. York behind the goal. Drysdale bats it up the far side. Konechny had his stick lifted, and that'll go all the way back down the ice. Won't go far enough for an icing, so Philadelphia will get a change.
Well, good job by Konechny. Notices that's a D-man. Once that D-man pinches, it's going to negate the icing, but Konechny does a good job taking away the stick for that to happen.
Rakell at the Flyer blue line lifted it in. He was trying to put that up over the net, but pulled down in the glove of Dan Vladar. And Philadelphia again cleared the front porch as Porter Martone got in there. He may be a kid, but he's about as big as any Flyer out there.
Yeah, he's got support. A team's behind him. Yeah, he's playing like he belongs.
How about Porter Martone, the youngest Flyer ever to score a goal in his first career playoff game? And what a big goal that was. Proved to be the game winner on Saturday. Again, the faceoff's going to remain in the Philadelphia zone. Rakell out with Novak and Malkin. Malkin had a goal and an assist and was one of the stars of the game. He was the third star, but he did turn the puck over several times in that game. Lifted out to center in the neutral zone. Sam Girard picked it up, got it ahead, but knocked off the stick of Tommy Novak. Novak recovers. Gets it to Malkin at center ice. He'll push it across the neutral zone. And Girard bump got it ahead. Then the Penguins skip it in deep. Malkin goes in after it. He'll ride Ristolainen into the inboards. Sanheim there to try to play it away to Konechny. Konechny's outlet broken up by the Penguins. Right back to TK. And he did get it out. Rakell at the line sends it back in as Malkin gets back out on side.
Well, the ladder plays, the attempted ladder plays from Konechny on the breakouts. That's what they're trying to execute with. Good back pressure by the Pens forwards to break up those plays.
Big hit at the blue line. Nick Cedar puts a body on Connor Dewar in the corner, turning away from a hit on the near side. Philadelphia gets it up the wall, but not out. And the Penguins roll it into the high slot, just off the stick of Noel Acciari. Hanson Forster had it come to him as Cedar tried to get him with an outlet pass. That was knocked away. Penguins maintain control. Here's a shot. Vladar went low and made that save on Acciari. Forster braces for a hit. We got a penalty coming up on Philadelphia as Forster got his stick up to protect himself, and he clipped the Penguin, Connor Dewar. It's going to be a 2-minute penalty, and the Penguins are about to get the first power play chance of the game.
Well, this is an accidental play. Battle on the boards. Tyson Forrester's bearing down.
Philadelphia penalty number 71 is a 2-minute minor, high sticking.
On that wall, and he actually wins the physical battle. But the stick comes up, catches Dewar on the way down in the head. He gets two, but a pretty strong hockey play by Tyson Forrester.
All right, in game one Saturday, Ristolainen took the first penalty. That came just a minute 53 in, and the Flyers were able to kill it off. Pittsburgh went 0 for 2 on the power play in game one. They've got the first power play here in the second game. Win the draw. In deep into the left wing corner, it's Erik Karlsson. He was their points leader on the power play this year. Karlsson into the left wing circle. They back up top, covering there, taking the shot. They get it over to Malkin. Back across the shot, blocked by a Flyer. It went to the corner. That was Brian Rust that took that shot. Into the middle. Crosby tipped it wide of the net. McKellen behind the goal. Trying to keep it live for Malkin. Philadelphia gets to it with a chance to clear. The Penguins got a piece of it, but headed up the ice. Here's Travis Sanheim, one man to beat. Cut into the middle and then lost his ballot. Penalty coming up. Wow. I didn't think it was a penalty. It was kind of a late call, and the Flyers are going to get benefit of a trip on the Pens.
Yeah, but this is how this works, Tim. Even Tyson Forrester will tell you as he's sitting in the box, an unguilty man for that high stick. We see it on the replay. There was absolutely no contact to the head of Dewar with his high stick. It was a clear elbow. The refs must have seen this, and here we come. We get a nice even up call here on Sanheim. This was a nice play, a goal-scoring attempt as well. Carlson may or may not have actually tapped him on the toe with the skate blade, but
9:01 will be the time of the penalty. A little bit of, I don't want to say a phantom penalty, but Carlson did get his stick right at the toe of Sanheim's skate as he tried to cut into the middle.
I'll tell you, even the refs will be looking at the replay of the Forrester penalty and understand there was not even close to a high stick. If anything, an accidental elbow may have occurred on the Forrester play, but no stick at all. So he got called for a high stick. But
all right, we go 4-on-4 here for a minute 20. And here comes Chris Letang out from his own blue line, up that left wing into the Philadelphia zone. Stops a backhand in behind the net. York will get to it. On the right wing, left wing, Christian Dvorak unable to clear the zone, so the Flyers will take it back behind their own net. Jamie Drysdale. Drysdale and Martone both scoring goals in their NHL playoff debuts. Here's Konechny hitting the Pittsburgh line. 4-on-4, gave it to Dvorak. Dvorak turned it back to Drysdale. Drysdale looking for skating room at the line. Went across to the right side to Konechny. Lost control of that. And Blake Lizotte tried to clear. Konechny knocked it down, but it does come to Letang. Now he's got room to skate up to the Philadelphia line. Stepped in. He's got a man coming late. Batted away from Crosby. Good stick there by Philadelphia's Noah Cates. And Cates trying to get to the puck in the Pittsburgh zone. He's got two Penguins there with him. Crosby's one of them, and Crosby will dish it out in front of his own net. Pressured there was Gerard by Owen Tippett. Now a centering pass, and the Flyers hit a man going to the front of the net and just unable to get there. Now gaining control. Here's a shot right on by Ristolainen. Skinner made the save, and they go at Rasmus Ristolainen. That was Crosby that gave him a shot. They are going to call a penalty here. Let's hope Risto doesn't get the only one here.
how about that series of plays by the Philadelphia Flyers without the puck, Tim? This is that patented pressure that the Philadelphia Flyers have been so good at providing.
I think Ristolainen's getting the only penalty. So when we come back, looks like it's going to be another Penguin-powered play. It scored us in the first on the Philadelphia Flyers broadcast network.
This is Philadelphia Flyers hockey on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Ready to plan a weekend the whole family can get behind? Find your retreat in Valley Forge and Montgomery County, just outside Philadelphia. From outdoor adventures and hands-on attractions to charming downtowns, there's something for everyone to explore together. As America's 250th birthday approaches, discover the stories that shaped our nation and make a few of your own along the way. Start planning your retreat at valleyforge.org.
Xfinity tech support. I can't get Jurassic Park back online without... But no worries. Our Wi-Fi boosted mobile keeps you connected in all kinds of places.
Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Watch Jurassic Park with Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings comparison based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of February 10th, 2026. Taxes, fees, extra.
Dear Winter, Toyota can't get enough of you. Because Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. And that's more than any other auto brand. From the versatile RAV4 to the svelte Crown, the sleek Camry all-wheel drive, the Corolla Hybrid all-wheel drive, the rugged Tacoma, the tenacious Tundra, and the spacious Grand Highlander with all-wheel drive to keep you and yours safe. Hey, you bring the action, we'll bring the traction. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturer's websites as of 10/20/25.
Philadelphia Flyers hockey on the Flyers Broadcast Network.
Well, tickets are on sale now to watch the Flyers face off against the Penguins at Xfinity Mobile Arena in round 1 of the 2026 Stanley Cup playoffs. Get your tickets at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com.
Fridge, let's define what composure means in the playoffs. It means you might have to be willing to take a shot to the chin or to the nose or whatever and not retaliate. Unfortunately, Rasmus Ristolainen did. He got hit by Crosby as he went to the net, and he retaliated. He gets the only penalty. So Pittsburgh skates it with a man advantage, 4-on-3, and the Penguins set up in the Philadelphia zone. Forster's penalty is over, so we go back 4-on-4. Here's Malkin curling into the high slot, ripped a shot just wide of the net. Now Philadelphia's got it, and Zegras lifts it out of center. Tyson Forster angled to the near wall, controls the puck, but they're going to say the Flyers went in offside at the Pittsburgh blue line.
Well, the Flyers are going to have some work here. Killed us off for over a minute. But yeah, that's, you got to know who you're up against there. Punchable face. Advantage. He gets advantage because he gets under the player's skin. Right there, Ristolainen. Comes in, Crosby comes in with a little bit of face block. You respond with a harder one. You get called.
Letang outlets. Now here's Pittsburgh on the attack. Ben Kindle shoveled it right side. Letang sends it back across. Going into the left circle. Kinnick-Hall with a shot that deflected in behind the goal. And Zegras has got it for the Flyers. Outletting. Gets it Owen Tibbett. Tibbett at center ice. Still 4-on-4. And now the penalty to Pittsburgh has expired. So the Flyers are shorthanded for another minute 4. And here come the Pens. Erik Karlsson will drop it to Ricard Raquel. Raquel leaves it for Malkin at center. Step in right wing pass. Crosby down the wall. Malkin had a man in front, unable to get it there. Broken up, and Philadelphia able to skip it down the ice.
Well, great body position on that. Support from Couturier. Protects the puck. He's able to send it all the way down.
Carlson with good speed through center. Up the left wing. The return pass broken up by Philadelphia, but they're unable to get to it. Now they do. Clear to the line, but a good keep in by Rust. He plays it over to the left circle. Malkin down low behind the net. Down to the near side. And hitting the side of the net was Erik Karlsson. Karlsson leaned down by Luke Glendening. Philadelphia gets to it, and Cam York is able to lift it down the ice.
A really nice play by Rust. Keep that puck in. You generate 2 great offensive chances.
14 seconds left in the second Pittsburgh power play. Here's Malkin. Headmanning up the left wing. Anthony Mantha gave it up. They tried to get it back to him. That hit the back of his skate. Letang to the right point. Gets it across. Here's Tommy Novak with a shot. He misses the net with that. It was actually Novak that misses. Bouncing puck comes near side. Ristolainen's out of the penalty box. He's got Forster up that right side. He'll just get the red line and dump it in deep. And Philadelphia's killed it off. Now Forster on the forecheck, jammed up on the end wall and upended. He's up slowly as Pittsburgh comes the other way. Novak shoveled it in deep into the Philadelphia zone. Drysdale poked it into the corner, just out of the reach of Cam York. And the Penguins' Mantha rolls it in behind the net. With room, Matvei Michkov banks it ahead. And here's Denver Barkey to center. Up the right wing, Zegras lost it at the Pittsburgh line. Penguins come right back the other way. Soderblom angled to the boards by Michkov, who did well not to take a penalty there. Heaves it on the wall, and Zegras will lift it back to the Pittsburgh zone.
Yeah, great defensive play by Michkov on a much bigger 6'8" Soderblom. Michkov handles it well.
And up the middle, Parker Witherspoon gives it up. Karlsson deflected just wide of the Flyer net, banded away by Vladar. It's fired in behind the goal. Race for the puck into the corner. A penalty coming up as Noel Acciari draws a high stick on Cedar. He held Cedar up for a moment. His balance was lost, and when he lost his balance, the stick came up and clipped Noel Acciari. And I think Pittsburgh is going to get another man advantage here.
Yeah, the Philadelphia Flyers have seemed to draw the eye of the refs early in this second game. Kind of a hold interference as well. They were both kind of playing some hockey, Tim. That's what they're doing. They're both playing some hockey. It's a battle and a race for the puck. Acciari blows the head back.
So it does look like Cedar will get the only penalty. There was a little bit of a scrum after the fact, but Cedar will go 2 minutes for high sticking.
2 minutes, roughing.
Actually, they're calling it a roughing penalty. So the Penguins will have the man advantage for the third time already in this first period. Well, this is the trap that the Penguins hope to set for the Flyers is get them to take too many penalties.
Yeah, well, the penalty's called. It's actually Noel Acciari hits himself in the face with his own stick on this play. You see it on the replay. We get the chance and the luxury of that. And on that way from that, his own stick hitting him in the face, he grabs Sealer on the hips and gets away with a hold and interference. So the response, again, Flyers are getting sucked in and they're retaliating. The refs, they're missing the intentional call. Called them both here because the retaliation is in retaliation to what? Something that's happening.
Another big kill for the Flyers. They've got control of their own line. Cianon gets it ahead. Couturier skates in. Goes wide of Malkin in behind the net. Trying to fire it hard around, but that'll skip all the way out to center ice, right to Sidney Crosby. Crosby gives it up on the left wing. Rust in over the line. Dropped it back to Raquel. Back down low. Rust on top. Here's Crosby in the circle on the right side with a shot. Vladar went low and made that save. Erik Karlsson hits the blue line. Gives it to Crosby. Crosby to the right corner. He'll get it back from Evgeny Malkin. Crosby and Malkin play catch. Crosby gives it across to Erik Karlsson. Doesn't take the one-timer. Into the left wing circle. Rust. They've got Raquel at the side of the net. Raquel stuffs it in front. Malkin with a chance up high. It deflected over the net. And the Flyers Couturier into the far corner with a chance to settle it, and he'll backhand it down the ice. Too good a chance there for Evgeny Malkin.
Vladar looks solid, though. He's following that puck, taking away the bottom of the net. That's all you need. They got to get through this kill.
53 seconds left in the third Pittsburgh power play in this first period. We're still scoreless, 5.5 to go. Malkin can't handle a pass cleanly. The Flyers nearly grabbed that and head the other way. Letang comes over to clean house. Letang will leave it at center. Mantha right wing gives it to Kindle. The second power play unit is out. Malkin into the right wing corner. Gets it back on the half wall. Middle point. A shot by Letang misses the net. Jules upends the man in behind the goal. A scramble behind the goal line. They play it back to Malkin on the right side. Center point Letang. Back to Malkin with a one-timer and it off his stick. And then Mantha had the chance. Vladar went low, made that save, and Philadelphia able to clear.
That poke check again from Vladar. That's just a tremendous play. He's getting stronger at it. Breaks up a play. Laying that paddle down.
6 seconds left. And Fridge, if you kill off 3 penalties, that should give you a bit of a momentum lift just by the fact that you were able to survive that. But they got to stop doing it now. A holding penalty, and the Penguins got away with one. Lizotte had Hathaway's stick held. Philadelphia gains control, and York lays it up the left wing. Here's Christian Dvorak as Pittsburgh is changing. Dvorak got the red line, got it in deep. Stewart's getting her out of the net. Shea, right up the middle. Acciari bats it free over to Clifton at center ice, and he'll send it in as he was hit by Ristolainen. Pittsburgh back in on the forecheck. Drysdale took a hit, but the Flyers will make the play to Michkov at center. Michkov at the red line. Late, shifts it in deep, and Pittsburgh goes back for that. Clifton stopped before he was run into by Michkov, and he'll row it back in behind the goal. The Penguins are able to bat it down the ice. And will go far enough for an icing as Drysdale comes back for it. So with just under 4 minutes to play in this opening period, the faceoff will come back into the Pittsburgh zone.
Well, what a series of kills for the penalty killers of the Philadelphia Flyers. And you said it, Timmy. Momentum is such a big factor in the playoffs, and the Flyers have to capture that energy after doing a great job on their penalty kill. Use it to their advantage. You got about 4 minutes left in this first opening period.
How good a job did the PK do? They only gave up 1 Pittsburgh shot on those 3 power plays. Now the Flyers trying to get it to Owen Tippett in front of the Pittsburgh net. Couldn't control that. Tippett took a hit, rolled it in behind the net. Zegras goes in after it. Zegras tried to keep it for Forster on the end boards, but it was played away by the Penguins, and they'll take another icing here as they clear all the way down. So the Penguins early on, 3 power play chances. One of those was broken up, so it wasn't a full 6 minutes of power play time. Officially, they've had 4 minutes and 1 shot.
Right, but it also throws away a little curveball in the momentum for each line. When you got to kill that many times, you're dependent on your penalty killing units, and there's guys that are taking minutes on the bench, not getting into the flow of the game, so you got to get that back.
Porter Martone is back out there with Dvorak and Konechny. Flyers win the draw. Here's Ristolainen to Porter Martone with a shot. And he didn't get all of that. Deflected away, knocked to the corner by Skinner. Shea took a hit from Konechny, got it over to the far boards. And Igor Chinikov lifts it out. Rust unable to get to that. He's pressuring the Flyer in deep. Crosby kept it live in front, but intercepted by Martone. And the Flyers step off the center. Late in the shift, Konechny will bump it in. Skinner out of the net, steers it away. And Philadelphia at least changing defensively as Sanheim goes to the bench. Another icing coming up here against Pittsburgh with just under 3 minutes left in the period. Flyers only 3 shots on goal, but Pittsburgh also only has 3, which seems unfathomable with 3 power play opportunities.
Questionable power plays as well, Tim. I'll say it. Questionable to say the least.
Kate's
a little
back.
Adversity, and they dealt with it.
Kate's back out with Barkey and Michkov. Pittsburgh wins the faceoff. Here's Letang to skate out to center. It's actually Wotherspoon, and they hit the line and put it in off that curved glass. That's going to be whistled as an offside. So we get a timeout on the ice. 2:47 left in this first period in Pittsburgh. It's game 2, scoreless in the first on the Philadelphia Flyers Broadcast Network.
This is Philadelphia Flyers hockey on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Dear Savvy, Toyota says you can have it all. With the Camry, the Corolla, and the Corolla Cross. You've got the tech, you've got the drive, and you've got Toyota value that spells affordable. You ready? Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
With the NHL app, you can listen to every NHL game right from your phone. And with home and away broadcast feeds, you choose your way to listen. Whether you're at work, at the gym, or stuck in traffic, the NHL app puts you right in the action all season long. Every team, every game, everywhere you go. Download the NHL app and never miss a moment.
When this is the sound of a waterfall in nature, there's no cause for concern. But when it's the sound of water gushing through your living room ceiling because a pipe bursts inside the wall, there's reason to panic unless you pick up the phone and call 1-800-SERVPRO. Only the cleanup and restoration specialists at ServPro can help make fire and water damage like it never even happened. So make the call to 1-800-SERVPRO at the first sign of water damage. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
Philadelphia Flyers hockey on the Flyers Broadcast Network.
Be here to watch Flyers playoff hockey in a suite. Packages include tickets in a private luxury environment, VIP parking passes, catered food and beverage, and more. Text SUITES to 61259 to learn more or visit flyersuites.com.
4 penalties have been called in this first period. Rick Tocchet is as animated as we can remember because he is really giving it to referee Kyle Raymond.
Livid. Yeah, that's a livid coach right there. Voicing his opinion.
Interesting that when Tocchet was done, that same referee went over and is relaying something to Dan Muse, the coach of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
I'd just like to let you know I got me arm chewed off there in front of you Flyers bench by Rick Tocchet.
We're inside the RAV 4 minutes to play, brought to you by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com and your local Tri-State Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go Flyers. Philadelphia wins the faceoff at center. Drysdale hammers one in deep. Clifford couldn't dish it back behind the net. Couturier on the half wall. He's between 2 Flyers. Malkin got a stick up. Knocked it high into the air. The puck knocked out of the air by a Flyer. And when it was played by Couturier, they're going to whistle that down. Glove from one man to another. Couturier's arguing, but I think they got this right. And now Malkin throws his head back. Evgeny Malkin, he is doing everything he can to try to draw more penalties. That's comical. Couturier did kind of give him a love tap. Well, they love to hate Sean Couturier here, don't they?
Everybody. Yeah, it's real easy to push the button in both arenas. Whether we're in Pittsburgh or Philadelphia.
We were revisiting Sean Couturier's first ever playoff series. He had a hat trick against Pittsburgh in his second career playoff game. And in that series, he pretty much shut down Evgeny Malkin. That was his coming out party.
Yeah, a long history there with Sean Couturier.
Former Selke Trophy Award winner, and he's played that way again here in recent weeks. Pittsburgh tips it in deep into the Flyer zone on the end wall. Noel Acciari wrapped it in behind the net. Connor Dewar checked by two Flyers. They dish it over to the near boards. Kept in by the Penguins in the high slot. Lazat gives it up in the right circle, and Dewar sends it in behind the goal. Forcer into the far corner. Got to that. Tipped at the line, but not out. But Philadelphia will settle it. Drysdale in behind the goal. And the Flyers' second chance starts. They've got to be able to do better than that. Right up the middle. Off of Owen Tippett. Tippett's going to curl inside his own blue line. They give it back to York. York ahead to center off the stick of Zegras. And Philadelphia's Owen Tippett will pull it back into his own end again. Drysdale and York are there. It's actually Nick Cedar out right now with York. York is headed to the bench as Cedar sends it into the Pittsburgh line. Penguins quickly the other way on the left wing. Over the line, upended was Raquel. Tommy Novak was stood up, and Tippett outlets. Got it to Dvorak at center ice. Across to Konechny, and they say Konechny went in ahead offside with 1:24 to go in the period.
Yeah, just he's on the off wing, taking an east-west pass right at the blue line. It was a little bit behind Konechny. That's what draws him offside, but one more step, he's in there. Again, the Flyers looking strong in the neutral zone again. But Pittsburgh, you can see that pressure is there as well. They're also generating turnovers, both at each blue line.
So that means Pittsburgh's going to have to play more dump and chase than they want to, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, both teams are going to have to play that way to get through the neutral zone. Both teams are pressuring up. The only way to get it is to get it behind those D-men.
Well, down at center ice by Porter Martone on the right wing. Banded up the wall by Dvorak. Unable to get there is Konechny. The tank took hit from Porter Martone, but Brian Rust will get to a loose puck, and he'll rip it across the Flyer line at center. Banded right to Porter Martone. He gets curled in his own end and skates to center. He goes by one man, Brian Rust. Cut back into the middle. Stepped in over the line. Right wing pass. Konechny threw it to the net. Off the chest of Skinner. And it's fired past Konechny and down the ice. Ristolainen's got to get on his horse. Brian Rust in tow, and he turned away from Rust, who lost his stick. Ristolainen gets it across to Sanheim. Sanheim gains the Pittsburgh zone. Took a shot at a bad angle. Skinner made the save. Poked into the corner. Flyer got a stick up high. That was Noah Cates, but the referees don't seem to be seeing yellow here. They're wearing this mustard yellow sweater. Banded into the far corner. Shea up the wall. Did get that passed in for Barkey. It comes to center. Michkov played it back to Drysdale. 15 seconds left in the period. Shots are 5-3. That's low event hockey for the most part, except that Pittsburgh has had 3 power plays. That's not exactly the way the Flyers would draw it up, but this is going to be another icing called against Philadelphia.
It's a battle of wills in the neutral zone. Obviously, both teams playing that pressure style. Back pressure's there. If the D-men are standing up on both sides, that's what causes the dump and chase hockey.
Flyers were a better face-off team during the regular season, but Pittsburgh was 59% on draws in Game 1. And they point that out because here's a late period face-off in the offensive zone for the Pens. They win the face-off. They get it back to the line. Carlson gives it up. Here's a shot right through the goal mouth and wide. 1 second left. That'll do it. The horn will sound. And the first period comes to an end. On the road, you kill off 3 penalties from the opposition and don't give anything up, and in fact only allow 3 shots. Fridge, you've done well on the road in the first 20.
Yeah, the Flyers, I think they got to take the advantage, and I think that they did in that first period. Obviously, the power play not successful for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and that's due to the penalty-killing prowess that we've seen of the Philadelphia Flyers, but it's about momentum in these playoff games. You can still see the Pittsburgh Penguins still kind of driving the offense, trying to drive the offense. They had a little bit more momentum, but the Flyers got to capture that back. They need a really big start here. But, 0-0 right now. I didn't expect that.
20 minutes gone in Game 2 here in Pittsburgh. Flyers and Pens are scoreless. And stay tuned. Our first intermission is coming up. Brian Smith, Jason Martinez have that when we return on the Philadelphia Flyers Broadcast Network.
This is Philadelphia Flyers hockey on 97.5 The Fanatic.
When everyone has a different craving, Wegmans Meals to Go has it all. All right now, all in one delivery. Pizza with your family's favorite toppings. A delicious sub made the way you love. Fresh sushi for the whole group, and so much more. It's how everybody gets a delicious meal they'll love. Order on the Meals to Go app or at mealstogo.com to make everyone happy. Wegmans Meals to Go. All your favorite meals, all in one delivery.
I'm Kelly Munson, President and CEO of Independence Blue Cross. Playoff hockey is back in Philadelphia, and we know we can count on the orange and black to deliver passion, grit, and resilience on the ice. Off the ice, you can count on IBX to serve the people of our great city all year long. For more than 85 years, we've been here when you need us, and we're proud to be the official health insurance partner of the Flyers as they compete for the Stanley Cup. From one home team to another.
Let's go Flyers!
Fans, discover the Legacy Club in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, where every day is a chance to create lasting memories. From its stunning golf course to distinctive dining options and family-friendly amenities, the Legacy Club offers something for everyone. Whether you're perfecting your golf game, enjoying a gourmet meal, or attending their exciting social or family events, the Legacy Club is your happy place. For details, visit thelegacyclub.com. That's thelegacyclub.com.
Hi, everyone. Julie Stewart-Binks here, along with former NHLer Nate Thompson. Join us on Energy Line as we share our takes, stories, and surprise guests every week. Patrick Kane, 3-time Stanley Cup champion. Team USA head coach Mike Sullivan, 6-time Stanley Cup champion Mark Messier.
With over 800 NHL games, I know a couple guys.
Biz didn't have Twitter. No one knew who he was, so I called Whit, and I'm like, how's Biz? He was like, I'm telling you right now, you're going to hate him. Then he'll be your best friend.
Listen on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts,
or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Flyers are teaming up with Holman to grow the game with the Goals for Gear program presented by HolmanAuto.com. For every Flyer goals scored, Holman will donate $275 to the Flyers Learn to Play Rookie program, which provides a unique opportunity for families to join the hockey community and for participants to develop fundamental skills to help them succeed both on and off the ice. FW Webb for plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, pipe, valves, fittings, and more. FW Webb supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Webb has what you need when and where you need it. With extensive inventory, personalized service, over 100 locations, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast. Visit FWWeb.com for a location near you.
This is the Flyers Intermission Report with Jason Martinez and Brian Smith on the Flyers Broadcast Network.
Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins are scoreless after one period of play here in Game 2 of the first round of the 2026 Stanley Cup playoffs. Flyers looking to come home with a 2-0 lead as they will return to Philadelphia tonight or tomorrow. But at some point, they're going to return to Philadelphia. You get ready for Game 3 at Xfinity Mobile Arena on Wednesday night. Game 4 will be on Saturday night. And then we will go from there. But right now, the Flyers in a pretty good spot here, Jason, as you look at the overall situation that they dealt with in that first period. 3 power plays going Pittsburgh's way. The official shots on goal are not on the scoreboard right now, so let me look at them for a second.
Get your record book out.
Well,
you get your record book out.
You want to get a record book out? All right.
Have the Flyers ever had 28 hits in a period?
Oh, God, I would not know, but I can ask
that. That is a huge number.
That is a huge number. I hadn't even gotten that far on the sheet yet. The official shots right now, wow, it's different than it was 5 minutes ago. 5-2 in favor of the Flyers, despite Pittsburgh having 3 power plays. They took the power play shot away from the Penguins, the one that they
Cam York
had.
deflected it.
Yep, because is that the one from Crosby?
That was Malkin.
Oh, Malkin. Okay, because
the Malkin stuff.
Crosby had another one that
got blocked.
That got blocked in front, but
by York too.
But this is what I want to point out, and you've already sent the heat map that everything has been kept to the outside during all of those power plays. The shot attempts are where you would expect them to be. They are 20-9 in favor of the Pittsburgh Penguins, but the Flyers blocked 7 shots in that first period and steered another 11 wide of the net. and that is how well they were kind of clogging things up there on that penalty kill. And again, we're all watching this. We all see that there's a couple of things the Penguins have gotten away with here that resulted in those power plays not being 4-on-4 situations. However, Flyers got to make sure they don't play with fire too much here. And, this is, I think they're in a good spot here because this is a building that was really bumping coming out of the anthem and everything like that. Flyers withstood that. They withstood these power plays. Now they've got this team in the intermission thinking, man, we didn't cash in on any of those. And it's time to take advantage in the second.
Not only did we not cash in, we didn't even get anything to the net.
Yeah.
I mean, really. I mean, 2 shots in the period. I mean, we said it before the game, Smitty, that you expected Pittsburgh was going to come out and throw the kitchen sink at the Flyers, and it was about survival. But all the Flyers did was just clog the heck out of them in their zone. They had 6 icings in the period.
Yep.
With 3 power plays. I mean, that's an enormous number to have 6 icings. I mean, my wife texted me and said, why do they keep icing the puck? And I said, because they're under so much pressure, they can't exit their zone or get through the neutral zone. And it was icing after icing. When you have 3 power plays and 6 icings in a period, that's astonishing to me. That it almost shows me like no adjustment by the coach to deal with the Flyers' forecheck A in the offensive zone and B in the neutral zone and trying to exit their own zone. And chipping it in, not winning races to pucks and not winning battles. I thought it was an excellent period for the Flyers, all things considered. And then I consider the fact, and I see this number, I mean, Pittsburgh's going to have the puck more with the more power plays, but 28 hits in the period? I mean, you thought Pittsburgh would come back in this game and learn from game 1 that we can't be out-physicaled in the game. And I think they had 1 good hit, Soderblom on... who was it? Forster behind the net.
Forster, yeah.
But other than that, I didn't see any physicality from Pittsburgh other than some retaliatory physicality. So I'm really kind of wondering what we're going to see here going forward. I
mean, Risto gets cross-checked when he goes to the net, and then they only get the retaliation. Later on,
was that for the retaliation, or was that for hitting Skinner? Because Skinner clearly had control of the puck.
I think they called it roughing, and I don't know that. Maybe it could have been. I don't know. But and then on the Sealer penalty after the fact, Porter Martone gets a butt end in the chin. It looked like from Mr. Malkin. That doesn't. Or from Erik Karlsson. Let's give credit where credit's due there.
And Clifton caught Tippett up high on the boards.
So that's the kind of thing you're hoping comes to their attention here in an intermission, and maybe it kind of smooths over the rest of the way. But those hits you're talking about, the 28 hits in the period, the astonishing thing for me is that now it's down to 27, but the astonishing thing for me is that nobody on the Flyers roster has more than 4.
Who has 4? TK?
There is Travis Konechny and Owen Tippett. Sean Couturier had a career-high 7 hits in Game 1. He hasn't had to hit anybody in the period. And of the Flyers' 18 skaters, 15 of them credited with at least 1 hit in that period. So it's not just 1 or 2 guys going out there throwing the weight around. It is the entire lineup, and that is a nice force to see.
Well, for so long, great friends off the ice. I mean, their chemistry right now killing penalties. I don't use this word very often, but it's exquisite.
Now a chance here for Stützle. He'll make a play, but then he'll give it away. And it's Aho and Jarvis out here for Carolina, and they will just serve this down. And way out of the net goes Ullmark, but he'll play it around from Aho and give it safe harbor there for Thomas Chabot. Now a chance for Ottawa to regroup here. Shane Pinto with it. Pinto loses it at the Canes blue line, and Aho trying to chip it over to his running mate Jarvis, but Giroux settles it down, and Frederik Andersen going to help his cause with a self-clear for the goalie.
Well, he had some really good puck handling touches in Game 1. I think in particular in the playoffs, it becomes even more important if you have that dimension.
25 seconds left on the kill for Carolina. Giroux tries a little self-pass. He'll get to it along the boards, but Slavin's there waiting for him with Chatfield. There's a scrum for it. They'll peek in along the dashers. Chabot wants to work it down low. Carolina congests that alley, and now Chatfield with a chance to clear on the backhand, kept in by Giroux. Worked across for Fogle. Fogle watched by Martinook. Now loose puck, and the Canes with a chance to clear, and they will. And out of the box comes Svechnikov. No shots for Ottawa. Svechnikov, a locomotive in, and what a move, but couldn't get the handle to finish. Still with the puck, fires a pellet. Save made by Ullmark. Now it's Gostisbehere to the rebound. He'll leave it. Svechnikov. He lets another shot go. Kicked away by Ullmark into the corner. Oh, the Canes are flying here. In the first 11 minutes, Gostisbehere with it. Let one go. That doesn't get through Zetterlund. And Ottawa just throws it between the blue lines.
And that's Gostisbehere settling the puck, knowing Svechnikov was coming out of the box to create that chance.
Now Blake with it. He goes behind the net. Hall felt the hit coming from Greg, turned away from it. And the Canes will come out of the scrum with Stankoven with it. Back for Hall out in front, but that misses everyone. And we'll roll back for Anderson. Anderson will leave it there. Nice little sweep, so Keandre Miller can set up, and the Canes fans appreciating the hard work done by this squad so far. 12 minutes gone by in this opening period. Trying to connect the dots for Jarvis. That's intercepted. A loose puck at center ice. Knocked down, and Giroux had it. Throw this into the corner, hard off the boards. And a chance for Stützle to make a play. Walker watching him, and Walker finishes Stützle clean. That allows Svechnikov to get it to Aho. He'll leave it. Svechnikov shot.
But in particular, this opening period tonight. He was not healthy along with Sean Walker in the conference final last year. He's got it now. Let's see what he can do with it. He's having a period.
Work this one into the Ottawa zone. Thompson. He'll take a big hit from Robinson. Steal out in front. Now, Gilbert was hanging onto the stick of Carrier, but they'll play on behind the net. Lars Eller. He's the veteran when it comes to playoff experience. He and Giroux for this team. A shot there by Zetterlund off the glove of Anderson. Eller, 2018 Stanley Cup champ with the Washington Capitals. That was a good two-way player. Now this one takes a weird bounce off of the boards, and Miller with a diving play to knock it away. And Martin with a big hit on Greg in Carolina. We'll roll this back into the Ottawa zone. Canes are picking their spots for the big hits too, Tripp.
Well, when Keandre Miller's playing against Brady Tkachuk too, you want him to be physical. Aside from the fact his stick has been very effective in the period, Martinook nearly draws a penalty.
And Martinook and Greg have something cooking here. And this is going to be an icing on the Canes. And with that, let's get a look at the keys to smoking the competition, Tripp.
Well, the first one, is going to be start like you lost game one, because desperation always trumps momentum. And the Hurricanes have started like they lost game one. And the outline on the score sheet, you're hoping for that tonight. Martinook on Greg. And there was the response from Greg as it continues. That's where I think he thought that he might have drawn an infraction after the fact.
Stahl. Martinook and Ehlers on the ice. No one's icing. A big one for Giroux, and then Spence gets his stick broken, taking the shot. Martinook has it bounce away from him. He would have had a ton of open ice if the puck would have settled for the Canes winger. And a chance for Ottawa to go back in deep. Giroux fighting Sean Walker for it. Walker played around the boards. Up and out as the Canes get it to Svechnikov. He's going to locate Aho. Jarvis loses an edge. Aho takes the shot instead, and Ullmark has to make the save. Now Chatfield will get it to Slavin. Find Jarvis. Aho, sharp angle. That bounces as Ullmark reached with the glove. And the Canes opening up the shooting gallery here in period one in game two. Slavin, he'll go back high to low. Svechnikov with it. Thinking about a wrap, but Sanderson gets in front of him.
Svechnikov doesn't have a point so far in this series, but have you remembered every one of his shifts? Every one of them. Now he's going to Giroux.
He's been impactful for sure.
Is he going to get a penalty for that?
It looks that way as they're playing on, and the official's arm is up. The officials are Furman South and Jean Hébert. So a delayed penalty coming up to Carolina's Andrei Svechnikov. Shane Pinto moving into the Cane zone. Not back, and Spence has passed too much for Tkachuk.
Will be interference on Andre coming up.
Wait as Carolina gets the touch. And we'll get the call. Showing you what happened here. Big hit from Andrei Svechnikov, but he's going to go to the penalty box for it when we come back.
Minor penalty, interference.
When you drive a vehicle so reliable it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see what you're capable of in a vehicle that inspires confidence around every corner. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available. Warranties include 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain and 5-year 60,000-mile basic. Warranties are limited. See retailer for details.
For more than 20 years, Lenovo has called North Carolina home, powering technology that drives progress and connects our communities to the world. That same innovation fuels the fan experience at Lenovo Center, home of the Carolina Hurricanes. From the roar of the crowd to the speed on the ice, Lenovo is proud to capture and celebrate every moment with Canes fans. Together, we're building a future of energy, excitement, and connection. Learn more at Lenovo.com.
The best way to follow the Stanley Cup playoffs is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game of every series. Behind-the-scenes playoff content you won't get anywhere else. The most NHL Edge advanced stats, keeping you up to date from round 1 through the Stanley Cup final. When it comes to following the playoffs, don't settle for anything less. The Stanley Cup playoffs are better on the NHL app.
Andrei Svechnikov will serve 2 minutes for interference. Carolina leading 1-0 here late in the first, but the penalty kill has been very good so far.
Well, for the most part, against an outstanding face-off team, Carolina has won the first penalty-killing face-off. And that set the stage for everything after. You're going to need at some point, as you did in the third period Saturday, your most important penalty killer. And you got that in spectacular fashion. This feels like a big one here. Ottawa's second power play of the game here, second of the first period. Carolina scored on their only one.
There was Tim Gleason, who runs the penalty killers, if you hadn't seen him. The job that he has been doing all year with this group. And now the face-off, it'll be won by Ottawa, so they'll get a chance to set up early. Sanderson will get it right back. This one across. Batherson goes down low, looking for Cousins. Kachuk, he's going to lose the handle. Martinook goes for the hard rim, finds the seam, and sends it back into the Ottawa zone.
Okay, as good as the penalty kill was in game 1, Carolina missed on some of their clearing opportunities. They haven't so far in this game. You don't want to chase too far up top when Sanderson or Shabbat have the puck.
Now Ottawa back into the Canes zone. Dylan Cousins with it. He'll stop, look for a play. Instead, he'll throw it to the middle. Chatfield had it roll on him, was looking for the clear, and then he'll get some help. And back over the blue line, and that's going to force Ottawa back into their zone is Sanderson, the gold medal winner with Team USA at the Winter Olympics in Italy, has to help set it up. Now it's dropped back here for Batherson. Batherson goes to the middle, tries to go 1-on-4, and the Canes will gladly take that exchange as it's hammered down the ice by Miller.
Well, you can back up Slavin and Chatfield with Walker and Miller. You got so many layers. Nikishin, when he had to kill a penalty, when Keandre was in the box in game 1, you got layers to your defense shorthanded.
Now to be dropped here for Pinto. He'll find some room into the Canes zone. Drag shoots. Anderson makes the save. Rebound. Worked back around. Ottawa has it. Giroux. Go to the side of the net. Fogle back for Giroux. Now Fogle moving towards Miller with a good stick, knocking it away before it can get to Anderson. Shabbat moves it quickly, though, for Giroux. Pinto's shot is blocked up high. It was Miller who got a piece, and then the Canes will once again send this one about 145 feet.
Pressure and rotation. You've had the pressure. You see the rotation to get that clear from Walker. It's been dialed in.
Now there's 7 seconds left in the kill. Giroux feeding it out in front, deflected off the side of the net. Good work done by Slavin, but Spence will keep it in. One shot on goal. Now a ricochet shot out in front from Pinto, and a big save by Anderson. I don't know if he used the melon, but he's certainly been heads up.
Yeah, Mellon Arena is no longer in Pittsburgh, but that caught him in the melon. It's just a solid save, but, you know, it's at the end of another really good penalty kill where you need to get through it, not have a dagger late.
Now up the boards it goes by Ottawa. Deflected across. Nick Cousins will step into it. And Gostisbehere will do a do-si-do. Ottawa will work it across for Spence. Moving in, his shot handled by Anderson. Rebound Nick Cousins. Behind the net, Cousins. Play it to Amadio. Great work by Gostisbehere in the corner. Up for Hall. And Blake's going to skate with it. If Blake can get to it. He had Stanko out in front, but Matt with a nice play to stop that. Canes, though, with possession. Hall back for Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere shot wide. Hall will get to it. Hall out from beneath the goal line. Back across for Gostisbehere. Sharp angle, though. He was running out of real estate. Drop back. Quick shot. That doesn't get through. And as Taylor Hall was looking to pick the corner. Hall back down low for Blake. Blake, his pass intercepted, and Ottawa finds a bounce off of the boards and will throw this back into the Canes' end.
Whatever fountain Taylor Hall's been drinking out of, the wily veteran that he is, I'm going there tomorrow because he has been the antithesis in his play in the latter stages of his career. He's been awesome.
Head coach with high praise for him today. After the morning skate, Robert Moore out in front of chance. Anderson, first save, second save. Does it stay out? The official signal is yes. Canes trying to clear. Shabbat keeps it in. This blocked out high.
The second shot hit the post on the glove side square. And you're getting the bounces.
40.9 seconds left here in the first. Frederick Anderson denies Tkachuk once, and the post helps him out.
I need a little range, step through the range, come on, meet me at the
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Hear that? That's the sound of digital instants from the North Carolina Education Lottery. With instant wins, progressive jackpots, and bonus games right from your phone. It's nonstop chances to win like you've never seen or heard before.
Oh, yeah! Big money!
Visit nclottery.com to get in on the action. Must be 18 to play. See prize and odds charts at nclottery.com/digital-instants for details. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Ambition comes in all shapes and sizes. At First Citizens Bank, we're fit for your ambitions, whatever shape they may take. Whether you're planning for today or tomorrow, we've got the flexibility and know-how to help you reach your goals. Because we're built for what you're building. First Citizens Bank, fit for your ambition. Learn more at firstcitizens.com/ambition.
1-0 Carolina here late in the first period, and both goaltenders have been very good. Just something to look at to try to be solutions-based with Linus Ullmark. His glove can be like a vacuum. This was an awesome save on Gostisbehere in a 5-on-3, but watch his elbow. He's a blocker and sometimes a reacher. And so if you fire, it's subtle, Mike, but if you fire at the elbow on the glove side, not the glove itself, I think you'll have more success. Because once you reach and you're trying to create motion and energy once your elbow's locked, you can't recover. So I would be looking at the elbow, not the glove itself. And either way, high glove was the most successful shot location for opponents to beat him in this regular season. Stan Coven beat him with a quick hitter between the legs, the only goal of the game.
It is 1-0 here late in the first period. As Jankowski, Robinson, and Carrier going to work here. Shabbat will go behind his net. We'll let some time tick away here. Outlet pass too far. Jankowski knocks it back. Spence plays it into the Ottawa zone with Carolina. Get a forecheck working here. He steps into his man, but Ottawa finds Fogle at the Canes blue line. Reaching forward, taking a big hit along the boards was Walker. Keller fighting for it in the Canes zone. 9 seconds left in the period. Spence throws it to the corner. We'll find Eller, but Robinson will tie him up. 3 seconds left in the period. 1 second left along the boards. The horn goes. And that is how the first period comes to a close. Nikolai Ehlers might not be on the score sheet, but he has been all over the ice. We'll talk things over with Hannah Yates. We'll go after 20 with Shane Willis. We'll give you your highlights of the first. Frederick Anderson picking up where he left off in Game 1. And the same thing for Logan Stankoven. Carolina leads 1-0 after 1.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%, and most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, it's Dennis Cox for Loan Pronto. But here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit cards, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. And here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone with zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at near 3-year lows. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 919-381-1760 or visit loanpronto.com. 919-381-1760, loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 166171, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Adam Gold inside Lenovo Center. And that was a heck of an opening period. And the first intermission is brought to you by Steel, powering the future with professional-grade battery tools built for real-world work. I'll tell you who was built for real-world work in period 1. Frederick Anderson. 9 shots on goal. Carolina outshot Ottawa 14-9 of the period. And I think the Canes were the better team. But boy, did Ottawa have their opportunities to score. Still not sure how Tim Stützle didn't score on a cross-ice pass that he just got it tangled up in his skates. Because if he handles that puck cleanly, it's clearly 1-0 Ottawa. Didn't score. Nick Ehlers coming the other way. 2-on-1 with Jordan Stahl. Saved. Then Carolina gets the first goal on the power play. Logan Stankoven from behind the net from Taylor Hall. Right out in front. Stankoven makes it 1-0. Brady Tkachuk was in the box for maybe an undisciplined roughing penalty at center ice in the neutral zone on Sebastian Aho. And Frederick Anderson went to work. He robs Claude Giroux. He had several opportunities, several grade A opportunities for Ottawa in front of him. And Freddie answered the bell every time. Got the help from the post. Got the help from Logan Stankoven and Keandre Miller, who swept pucks away that were sitting on the goal line. But what a period. I need a rest. By the way, the Hurricanes did put the biscuit in the basket on the power play tonight. You get a free Bowberry biscuit at participating Bojangles tomorrow morning. Bojangles, it's bow time. Highlights next.
To us, every moment matters. Moments of quiet perseverance and loud celebrations. Starting moments and the moments that make us feel unstoppable. We're here to help you be present for them all. UNC Health is dedicated to getting you back to what you love. Faster, stronger, and healthier. Official healthcare provider of the Carolina Hurricanes.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
For almost a decade, the Hurricanes have trusted their t-shirt needs with Cardinal Apparel.
Carolina Hurricanes alumni Shane Willis here to tell you Cardinal Apparel has expanded and relocated to better serve their clients across the state. Formerly known as Raleigh Screen Print, Cardinal Apparel will produce high-quality screen printing while working directly with customers. Don't waste your time online trying to order through third-party vendors. Save money and time working with Cardinal Apparel. Visit cardinalapparel.com to start your order today.
Highlights here on the first intermission. The Steel intermission. Hurricanes with a 1-0 lead. And let's get right to it. Thanks to our friends at Kia. We start. Carolina's not yet on the power play. Logan Stankoven involved, though, and he's good around the net.
The shot right on by Spence, and it'll trickle back, and saving a goal is Logan Stankoven.
That's a low centerman for you. Doing it all is number 22 for Carolina.
Oh, that's heady, that's awareness, and that is a huge play early in this one for Logan Stankoven.
And let's say when Brady Tkachuk takes an undisciplined penalty in the neutral zone, Carolina to the power play. Here's that man again.
Carolina looking to make a play with Hall out in front of Stankoven. He scores! Another one! A magical power play goal. Stankoven from Hall. 1-0 Carolina.
Carolina 0 for 5 in game 1, 1 for 1 in game 2. Now, Andrei Svechnikov took back-to-back penalties. First one okay, second one no good. And Ottawa nearly even the score.
Anderson gets across on Giroux. Rebound Anderson with the glove makes the save behind him.
Unbelievable stuff from Freddie Anderson. And then again, on Brady Tkachuk, and a post and a follow.
Out in front of chance. Anderson, first save, second save. Does it stay out? The official signal is yes. Kane's trying to clear. Shabbat keeps it in. This blocked out high.
The second shot hit the post on the glove side square.
It did. And then Fabian Zetterlund had an opportunity and could not put it home. I need another rest. And then we're going to come and talk about it with Walt Ruff next.
You smell that? Spring. Hibernation's over. It's time to run it. Run it until the grass becomes long and the hedges duck and cover. Then, run it again. Steel, get up to $50 off select AK battery tool sets. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
I need a little range, step to the range.
There's a new flavor in town, the Jalapeno Ranch Club at Chick-fil-A. With that juicy Chick-fil-A original spicy or grilled chicken, a buttermilk ranch bun, candied bacon, pepper jack cheese, and jalapeno ranch sauce. It's got big ranch vibes with a little heat. Chick-fil-A's new Jalapeno Ranch Club, available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Adam Gold inside Lenovo Center, 1-0 in favor of the Carolina Hurricanes. Joined here, first intermission, by Walt Ruff. Hurricanes.com, content maestro, wizard of the keyboards. There was more action in that period than one goal, no?
Oh, certainly. That was a lot more open than what we saw over the weekend, and man, that was fun. That was entertaining.
It was entertaining. How do you think the head coach's blood pressure is after that period?
Thankfully, neither of us are doctors because I don't think we'd want to be checking that at this time. That Rod Brindamore is probably a little more stressed than he'd like to be, but at the end of the day, his team's on top.
Yeah, man, maybe things will settle down a little bit. There has been a ton of energy. I wasn't sure at the beginning because it felt, I wasn't here Saturday, right? But I could feel it at home what it was. But I felt at the beginning of the game we were a little bit quiet to start, right? Just first couple of minutes. How did Tim Stützle not score? Right, the moment got him, I think, because that puck was there, and he lost it in between the heel of his stick and his skates, and he blew it behind the net. Then Nick Ehlers in a 2-on-1. Unbelievable. Freddie Anderson, period 4 so far. What do you think?
Yeah, it's like we never left over the weekend, huh? He was excellent then in game 1 and turned in a pretty sharp 20 minutes to start the night. Got a little help from his best friend there at the end, but he'll take it any way you can get it.
The save where he gets over on Giroux, right? The pass across. That to me was, I think, the best save of the period. Because that was, Claude Giroux pots that.
Yeah.
That was a great play.
And it looked like Anderson tracked it well,
Yep.
did he not? He seemed square to it the whole way. It was a great play. The setup to it was fantastic, but you're right. The fact that he kept it out, I think, shows you where Frederik Andersen's head is at right now.
So right now, Walt Ruff is joining us here. Right now, we are on pace to have only Logan Stankoven, Taylor Hall, and Jackson Blake register scoring points for the Hurricanes.
What
That's
else?
it.
Sure, and if that's the way it's going to end, I think that's what the Carolina Hurricanes will take, because we knew that coming into this series, it was going to be the Aho and Stahl lines getting some of the bigger dogs on the opposite side, and you needed an elevated performance from both the Stankoven line and the Jankowski line, and we knew that it was going to be maybe some limited minutes for that Jankowski group.
Yeah.
But man, when that Stankoven line is out there, are they ever noticeable?
Always. I mean, so I kept hearing depth scoring, support scoring. Well, can we give these guys some support? Because that's not the depth score. Like, if you've watched this team since the Olympics, and it was trending that way before the Olympics, that's not depth scoring. That's a scoring line. At some point, we have to say, all right, it's the number 2 line, and we'll just live with it.
That is the line, right? I mean, we're kind of beating a dead horse up here now for the past, almost 2 months. They have been so good. And what I love, too, is if you want to turn back the clock even further, think about the start of the year when they were trying to find where Nikolai Ehlers was going to fit in this lineup, right? Tried him up top, didn't really work out off the bat. It was also a fresh slate for Taylor Hall, because when he joined the lineup last year, it was all about where Mikko Rantanen was going to fit in the lineup, and then it was where's Logan Stankoven going to fit. I just love that Taylor Hall has found a home, and he's being productive within it.
I love the fact that I thought that I had galaxy brained this. Walt Ruff is here. I thought, all right, Taylor Hall, short stretches, he can play up top in your top 6, but at this point in his career, probably a bottom, middle 6, bottom 6 guy. They put him with Stahl, with Stankoven and Blake. That line has not left each other since, and they have been Carolina's most dangerous line. It's got to be 3 months now.
They've earned every second of it.
Yeah.
They have been so good. You've got the 2 young guys with, again, someone who a lot of people thought was going to come in here as, on the back 9 of his career, when not sure what he had left in the tank. We're
playing 27 with Taylor.
Exactly. Early last year, he was getting healthy scratched by the Chicago Blackhawks, and what a complete 180. So happy for him. He deserves it.
All right, final thing. Andrei Svechnikov, who I've loved in this series. I don't hate the first penalty, right? The first one is whistle. You're cleaning up the mess around behind your net after a great save by Anderson. That second one, that's the one you don't want.
Don't like it.
No. And you think Rod says it? He probably doesn't have to.
Doesn't have to.
But, man, that would have been a tough pill to give up that power play goal. I thought Carolina's penalty kills looked okay.
Totally. And that would be an incredibly tough pill to swallow given how well they played in the first period. You want to make them earn their goals, as cliche as it is. You don't want to give them one. We know Andre levels up his temperature this time of year, but you just can't take those.
Yeah, he was really good. He stayed even keel in game 1. He hasn't been the first one again I liked. Second one I did. Real quick, Sean Walker's first period.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I had his feet moving the whole time. That's what I love about Sean. It's similar in ways to the Stankoven and Blake group that they're never giving up on play. Sean Walker never gives up on play.
I'm telling you, Sean Walker is built for playoff hockey. Built for it. Walt Ruff, you are built for playoff hockey. Thank you very much. I hopefully won't see you again tonight.
Okay.
If I do, that means we're playing overtime, and I don't want to play overtime. Thank you.
Thank you, AG.
We'll come back with a check of the NHL scoreboard after these words from your local stations on the Carolina Hurricanes Radio Network.
It's bow time. There's something special about the first bite of a Bojangles Cajun Filet biscuit. Like an edible alarm clock that slaps you awake with bold Cajun flavor. The moment you sink your teeth into that soft, fluffy, made-from-scratch biscuit, then strike gold with a juicy piece of fried chicken, you'll know. Nothing beats the first bite. Except the second first bite. Get a Cajun Filet biscuit combo today at Bojangles. It's bow time.
It's bow time. Time to satisfy your craving for Cajun with a Bojangles Cajun Filet biscuit. Enjoy a Cajun fried filet tucked inside a hot made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. Make it a combo and add your choice of fixin' and legendary sweet tea. And remember, Bojangles Cajun Filet biscuits are served all day, every day. Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit. When you're hungry for flavor and value, it's Bo time.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Strip Tracy. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Adam Gold inside Lenovo Center, getting you ready for the start of the second period. But before we get there, we have an NHL scoreboard brought to you by Cardinal Apparel, proud partner and t-shirt provider of the Carolina Hurricanes. We have one game going on. Philadelphia-Pittsburgh are under 8 minutes remaining in the second period, still looking for a goal. Flyers, of course, with a win in Game 1 on Saturday, looking to take a 2-0 lead on the road, by the way, or back home, if they can get a win in this series. Coming up later on, Minnesota is at Dallas looking for a 2-0 series lead. Anaheim and Edmonton will skate in Alberta coming up in a little bit. Hurricanes with a 1-0 lead on a Logan Stankoven power play goal. Freddie Anderson, 9 saves. I'm Adam Gold. We'll see you after 2.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Hey, Caniacs. As the official security partner of the Carolina Hurricanes, the local team at Vector Security is committed to protecting homes and businesses across the Research Triangle. Our families live here and contribute to our communities, so we have a vested interest in keeping the homes and businesses of our neighbors safe and secure. Visit vectorsecurity.com/canes for a free home or business security assessment. That's vectorsecurity.com/canes.
Hear that? That's the sound of digital instants from the North Carolina Education Lottery. With instant wins, progressive jackpots, and bonus games right from your phone. It's nonstop chances to win like you've never seen or heard before. Oh yeah! Big money! Visit nclottery.com to get in on the action. Must be 18 to play. See prize and odds charts at nclottery.com/digital-instants for details. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Back inside Lenovo Center, where Carolina has built a 1-0 lead after one period. In our Dia player profile, Logan Stankoven. What is he doing? Just climbing the charts and goals in the postseason and opening games. He is tied with Dean Evison with 2 goals in the first round in 2025. Andrei Svechnikov atop that list with 5. And for Carolina, it'll be the Stankoven line to start the second period. And here we go. Carolina wins the draw. He'll be wrapped around the boards. Sanderson will try to make a play with it. He'll angle this one over the blue line just that far. And so far, Jake Sanderson's already played 8 minutes. Something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, it's, with no Artem Zub, you have 2 full days off after this game, but I'm hoping the balance ice time is going to serve Carolina well as this thing continues to move on.
Now you have icing. And here is the injury to the Ottawa defenseman.
I have a ton of respect for him as a defensive defenseman. He's Jake Sanderson's partner, and it was just a collision with Seth Jarvis. And, he played just over 7 minutes in Game 1, and that's a big loss.
Yeah.
Period.
Carolina going to work. Svechnikov's shot. Misses everything, kept in by Slavin. Work back around. Chatfield jumps into the play. Trying to get it to Aho. Aho ties up Sanderson. Paulo to the loose puck. Svechnikov gets a touch of it. Now Slavin keeps it in. And a one-time sweep there, but wide by Aho. And now it'll be deflected back to the Canes' blue line. And you talk about how you get physical in the postseason. As Aho now drops his for Svechnikov. His shot right on. Olmark makes the save. You think the person taking the hit is going to get all the punishment, but sometimes you see that, and it's just an unfortunate incident for Artem Zub.
Important for Svechnikov. He's played really well not to get derailed in the slightest after those 2 first-period penalties. He's shooting everything. Now, you saw how aggressive Olmark was. Now it's time to use his playmaking genius. Now it's time after he's established his shot.
Carolina trying to get some offensive zone time here with Ehlers and Stahl. They'll get it as it'll be kept in by Martinook. Martinook's shot. That'll miss, but deflection out in front. Now it'll be Walker sitting in the other side, and Martinook fired right away, and Olmark was ready for it. Loose puck comes out, and Miller had the right idea, but a great defensive play knocks down his pass. He had Ehlers in the shooting funnel.
He had him in the shooting funnel, but you don't want to pass up that type of opportunity with the way Keandre Miller can fire the puck.
Now here comes Stankhoven. He'll dodge a hit at the Hurricanes logo at center ice. Thompson will stop him from getting the puck deeper into the Ottawa zone. Walker jumps up. It'll be skated away by Batherson. His pass knocked down. There's Taylor Hall with a nice play in the middle of the rink.
That's a huge play, batting that puck out of midair from Taylor Hall, because Ottawa, with their transition game, they haven't been able to get it going. They had a guy flying.
Now here's a long pass. Hall with a shot right on. Olmark absorbs and gets the whistle. And with that whistle, the injuries and scratches for Carolina, Trip.
Well, you employ the same lineup that you did in Game 1, and as you take a look at it, I want to compliment Rod Brindamore. He absolutely deserves it. You know, I have said he has 2 power play groups that can both score at critical times. Well, it's one thing to say it. It's another thing to show it. Aho was on the ice when you drew the only power play you've gotten. You started with the other group, and they scored.
This will be one back. Chance here. Keisha will get it to Carey. That shot blocked in the slot, and Gostisbehere will have to go get to it. Carolina tags up. There'll be Olmark leaving it behind the net. Quick out for Lars Eller. Eller angles his way over the blue line. And played in the team zone. Keisha cuts it off and serves it promptly over the blue line. It'll bounce back in. Eller has to tag up, and then Nikishin will give it away to Fogle. Fogle darting in. Gostisbehere with a nice play. Fogle to the rebound, side of the net. Eller back for Sanderson. Sanderson's shot. That goes off the back of Mark Jankowski, and out of the zone it goes, and Robinson's going to fly with it. Robinson cuts to the middle, tried to get a shot away, but deflected out. And Ottawa will clear this, but this should come back into the Senator zone. It will. Icing.
Travis Green, you know, a member of the Toronto Maple Leafs. I remember the 2002 Eastern Conference Final where neither team could win at home. He was on the Leafs, and eventually Marty Jelena scored in overtime in Game 6 up in Toronto. Carolina went to the Stanley Cup, but his even keel mentality, I think, especially in a Canadian market, serves his team very, very well. That's an underrated save on Claude Giroux, the longtime Flyer captain, because if you're at all reaching, that puck with the velocity that Giroux created, it goes between the arm and the body on the blocker side. You got to make sure you seal, you bring those arms in, put yourself in position to get hit, not get beat through you. That was a good stop.
29 career playoff goals for Claude Giroux, the majority of them with the Philadelphia Flyers.
What a competitor, even from his first days as a Flyer.
Face-off win for the Hurricanes. Able to bank this one out is Miller. There's the Aho line. Trying to get some offensive production here. And we chip back out. Ottawa going to work. Cousins with a big hit on Sean Walker. That's Nick Cousins now. Amadio behind the net. He'll play it back. Shabbat. He'll drop it. Amadio. Rink wide. Trying to step in the shot there is Spence. It's ricocheted where Pinto will play it along the end boards. Nick Cousins will tie up Sebastian Aho, but he'll get it right back up for Svechnikov. He's got Jarvis with him. Could be a 2-on-1. Svechnikov shoots. Olmark makes the save.
Aho started that. He's starting to show some growth. He made a play in his own end. Pass on the tape for the 2-on-1.
Now this will be deflected by Jarvis into the Ottawa zone. A stall. He'll finish Montempallo there. Jarvis tries to keep it in. It'll trickle out. Chatfield, though, feed Stahl, but we're going to get an offside call on Carolina.
I'm looking for Sebastian Aho to build something, and he does here. He outmuscles Cousins. Board play from Walker back to Sebastian, gets it to Andre, and you got a 2-on-1. And, you know, Andre shot it. He tried to be deceptive. He looked to the pass to Jarvis. It wasn't there. When it's a clean look, again, I think you got to find the upper half of the net on Linus Ullmark, but Linus Ullmark deserves, both goaltenders deserve an immense amount of credit so far in this series.
Face off. Dribbled back into the Canes zone, and Gostisbehere with a move. Get this forward, and Carrier able to sweep this one around. Gilbert, he'll lose it to Robinson. Carrier was ready with a shot, didn't get it through. Rebound. Robinson's pass ricochets over the blue line. Gostisbehere makes a nice move around Fogle, but his pass is deflected. Zetterlund throws one that is sticked away by Anderson. Carrier has time to get it out.
Fogle, the former Hurricane, and a big part of the 2019 first round against Washington. He's been good tonight.
He can fly.
He's got a lot of playoff experience on a team that doesn't have a ton. God, he was really good in the Stanley Cup final for Edmonton.
There's a chance for Ehlers. Pull up on his toes. Trying to work this across. He does for Miller. Miller doesn't hesitate. That shot, though, goes wide. And rebound comes out for Brady Tkachuk. Tkachuk sends it wide for Greg. Ridley. Greg is knocked down. Then he goes into Anderson. And Tkachuk comes in high on Walker, who got across on Greg. Greg is still down.
I was just making sure that Johnny Bear was going to call a penalty, not a penalty shot. If this is a penalty you've got to take. You can't, when you have an offensive opportunity, this is a living, breathing example, you can't miss the net. Because that's what created the outnumbered chance for Ottawa.
Maybe Walker going to the box.
Carolina 26 minor penalty, tripping.
I mean, you're shooting to score, but you just can't miss the net. Because once you do, you're caught. I mean, that's a breakout in and of itself. And Walker plays it quite well. And I mean, I think that's a penalty. Even a player on the backhand that Greg is, you know, in the old days, that would have been a really good defensive play because he got the puck maybe first, but it doesn't matter in today's NHL. Even if you try to get the puck, you focus on getting the puck. If you get the feet, it is a penalty. You're asking a lot of your penalty kill here tonight. This is their third situation. I'm looking at Jalen Chatfield right now. I just hope he keeps going. I think he is having a super first portion of this series.
Stahl gets it back. Chatfield has it batted to Slavin. Carolina trying to clear. Can't. Second chance, though, and no mistake there by Slavin all the way down on Ullmark. Now Sanderson with it. Chatfield has had quite the night. He's already played 9 minutes. This is dropped back. And Sanderson will get to it. Tkachuk. He wants to center, but that pass intercepted by Jacob Slavin. And over the blue line it goes. Stahl can head to the bench. So one fresh body as it's Aho. And Aho with a nice play on Sanderson. Now trying to work his way around Stützle, and he does. Aho will get to it. Lurking is Jarvis. Shoots Ullmark with the glove save.
Aho and Jarvis are starting to find it. You know, this is another great glove save. You saw the video I showed in the first period. This is an example. She goes for the glove. I go for the elbow. It's a great save. What a pass from Aho. He's starting to find it. But when he reaches like that, like he did on Gostisbehere, I'm firing right at that elbow because I think you're going to have success. Super save either way.
Third penalty killing opportunity for Carolina, and that's a big shot. But a bigger save, and now offside are the Senators here. And the temperature.
You love this from Nikishin.
This is what you want to see.
I said in the first period, Furman Sal, Jean Hebert, or any games, they want to avoid as many of these scrums as possible. But if I'm on the ice right now, first of all, you want this from Nikishin. I mean, look at that look in his head. He's been just flat out solid, and then some so far in this first round.
You're looking for Stanley Cup playoff tickets. Text tickets 26 to 919-705-0896 to get playoff ticket updates straight to your inbox. Be the first to know when you can secure your seats for this postseason in the loudest house in the NHL.
And because of that scrum, Carolina Pack-A-Wolves mentality, you get a neutral zone draw out of this instead of dealing with a defensive zone faceoff. I liked it because the power play advantage has been 3-1 for Ottawa. I don't think you're getting an extra penalty out of a scrum. At least I hope not at this point if you're Carolina.
No, Ottawa will find a way to get it out in front, and it's whacked in a few times by Fogle, but Mr. Anderson closes the door.
Fogel's maybe been Ottawa's certainly as dangerous as any of their offensive players. I mean, he got to the net first here. You're killing a penalty, so you leave him to the goaltender. And again, Freddie moves, but as he's moving, look at his arms. They're snug to his body. If you get beat around you, big deal. You live with it, you move on. But don't get beat underneath the arms on either side. And, if there would be one area for Freddie Anderson, not really in playoffs, because for the most part, he's given you everything you'd ever want in playoff action as a Hurricane. It would be how he deals with lateral type saves. He's had no problem with the lateral action so far in this series. None. He's excelled.
Stahl to take the draw here. Stahl and Giroux, and Stahl clean back for Chatfield. That is deflected out of play, so it won't be a delay of game. It'll be another defensive zone draw for Carolina.
42 seconds to go on this third penalty kill. Just one power play that you converted on. You've got to feel like you get through this and you're still up 1-0. You're going back on the man advantage sometime soon. And you get this thing to the finish line. Captain against captain in the circle.
12:52 remaining here in the second. 42 seconds left in the kill for Carolina. Chatfield trying to tie up Stützle. It's going to be a loose puck behind the net. Slavin gets a touch to it. Martinook wants to clear. He's knocked down along the boards. Loose puck. Who can find it? Stahl can. Martinook comes to help, but Pinto skates away with it. Trying to center it for Tkachuk. That's knocked away, and Chatfield backhands it out for his captain.
What
Stahl
a play by
it.
Slavin.
And Stahl fighting for it here. Knocked back the other way. And Stützle with speed into the Kane zone. Knocked off course by Chatfield. 7 seconds left, and here comes Aho. It's Aho and Stahl. 2-on-1. Stahl waits, delivers the pass. They score! Sebastian Aho pointing to the passer, and it's 2-0 Carolina.
Well, the captain who started this series with his mitts, with dropping the gloves, uses his eyes to be deceptive here. He's selling the shot. He's selling it. He's selling it. He waits for Aho to get beyond Shabbat. He makes sure that Allmark is honoring the shot just enough, and then he wires it to his alternate captain. Goes off his skate, legally so, and into the back of the net. Well, the captain is building his chapters of legendary existence, and you could feel it coming for Aho. Welcome to the series in this second period.
Sebastian Aho's 35th playoff goal. Jordan Stahl's 36th playoff helper. And the Canes are up 2-0. And you mentioned the great astronaut movie in the break trip, The Right Stuff. Well, the Canes had it on that play. And now looking to add to it. Robinson. He'll chase it around. Carrier will get a hit. It'll be an even as Walker was just coming out of the box. And Carolina, only one helper. It'll be Stahl. And this place is flying high. Stahl to Aho to the back of the net. And the Canes have built a 2-0 lead halfway through the second.
Mike Maniscalco here, and I'm hanging out with my good friend Paul Auclair, the owner of Deep River Brewing Company and proud sponsor of your Carolina Hurricanes. Paul, tell us a little bit about Deep River Brewing Company.
Deep River Brewing Company is located at 700 West Main Street in historic downtown Clayton, North Carolina. Our brewery and tap room are open Wednesday through Sunday. We have 12 beers on tap and food trucks on site daily.
And you can find Deep River beer at local bottle shops, restaurants, and grocery stores. If you don't find Deep River at your local watering hole, make sure to ask for it by name. And remember, drink local.
I need a little range, step to the range, come on, meet me at the
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich with that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos. It's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Hurricanes fans, the future of entertainment is coming to Raleigh, and Lenovo is helping lead the way. Lenovo Center is home to the Carolina Hurricanes and the starting point for a highly anticipated entertainment district where technology, food, and fun will converge. As your North Carolina neighbor, for 2 decades, Lenovo is powering the fan experience every step of the way. Join us for a Canes game this season. We'll see you there.
Welcome back inside where Carolina goaltender Freddie Anderson has already made some real quality saves in this game, and I spoke with Canes goalie coach Paul Schoenfelder, asked him about it. He said his postseason experience is everything we've seen in this series. They said, how about mechanically speaking? He said, Hannah, he's been connected, meaning his body's been in sync. He hasn't had to stretch out. It's allowed him to stay over the top of the puck and make saves the way we've seen in this series.
Well, so far he just looks like a guy that has been preparing for the playoffs all year. You know, it wasn't a great season, but that's what it's all about for him at this stage of his career. He's playing like it.
Well, there's also something else as far as the wear and tear this year. He didn't have the normal taxation that he has, and now a great stick out in front as Cousins was there. Ottawa trying to find something here. Miller with a good play. They'll work it for Walker. Sean Walker had 5 hits and block in game 1. Adds to the standing regular season he had for Carolina. We are approaching 10 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the second period. Logan Stanko and Sebastian Aho, the goal scorer. Now Jackson Blake sends it across and unable to really find the handle on that one. And the last chance was Ehlers, who stayed on for his shift.
No stick for Ottawa.
Stankoven trying to feed it for Blake. He does. Has to be handed away, and that's going to pay off as Stankoven lets it go. Big save. Sent back across. Oh! Allmark makes the save. Did he keep it out? Yes, he did. Oh, mercy. Linus Allmark keeping the Senators in this one.
Sanderson was without a stick, and this is just an extraordinary save. You got to give Allmark a colossal amount of credit. You're down 2-0. You haven't scored yet in the series. You could start to go quietly into the night. And he makes this save, and it could have gone after that ridiculous glove stop. Old school, and then some. He's able to cover. He's played like a vet. I mean, it's been a goaltending display from both guys so far in this series.
Anderson with a play on his end, and then Allmark with the equal. Now here's Blake. Dive and take it around the net. Stuff chance, and it'll go off of Allmark, kept in by Gostisbehere. Back behind Spence. Flip it to safety. Pinto can't clear it. Carolina keeps it in. Blake. He's looking for options. Blake drops it for Stankoven. Pinto was waiting for him. Almost gave it away to Hall at the side of the net, but Shabbat with his reach gets to it. And Eller will fling this to the Cane zone. Gostisbehere gets in front of Zetterlund. Puck still available. Fabian Zetterlund comes up with it, but then he'll give it away to Blake. Blake crisscrosses with Stankoven. His pass knocked away. But then Hall with a good veteran move to knock it back into the Ottawa zone.
You got a 2-0 lead. Let's sure. Nothing wrong with getting pucks deep at the offensive blue line.
Chance for Carolina to keep it in. This will be banked out in front by Svechnikov, and away comes Ottawa.
That's another situation. Svechnikov, just get that thing back below the goal line. Don't give Ottawa any confidence.
Sanderson keeps it in. He goes to the side of the net. Batherson tries and he scores. Drake Batherson got it to the side of the net and delivered it over Frederik Andersen, and Ottawa gets their first goal of the series. It's a 2-1 game with 9:13 left in the second.
This was an offensive zone puck management goal. Svechnikov didn't get a puck deep, with a 2-0 lead, and Ottawa finally gets a bounce. Batherson is trying to go to the slot. It goes off. Looks like Slavin's skate, and then he makes zero mistake against a goaltender that hadn't given up a goal in the series. Upstairs, may have grazed the back bar. But you got a 2-0 lead. You have a chance to really establish below the goal line offensively. That was a puck management goal that you're going to want to correct.
And that is the first time 91 minutes, give or take, that Andersen has been scored. Now another chance. Eller, side of the net here. Amadio out in front. Andersen flashes the leather, catches it, and hangs on. And a scrum breaks out. There's the Ottawa line trying to get the equalizer. You never know what's going to be a turning point in the game. Taylor Hall thought he had Carolina up 3-0. Linus Ullmark making that face for Taylor Hall. 2-1.
When you drive a vehicle so reliable it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see what you're capable of in a vehicle that inspires confidence around every corner. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available. Warranties include 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain and 5-year 60,000-mile basic. Warranties are limited. See retailer for details.
The best way to follow the Stanley Cup playoffs is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game of every series. Behind-the-scenes playoff content you won't get anywhere else. The most NHL Edge advanced stats, keeping you up to date from round 1 through the Stanley Cup final. When it comes to following the playoffs, don't settle for anything less. The Stanley Cup playoffs are better on the NHL app.
Your Harris Teeter grocery haul can earn you savings on gas with our fuel points. Earn 1 fuel point for every $1 you spend when you shop with your Vic card on your favorite products, fresh produce, and organic brands. Track your fuel points in the Harris Teeter app and redeem your points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. The more you shop, the more points you earn. It's like getting gas money just for shopping like you normally do. Click to learn more. Harris Teeter, in food with love.
Welcome back inside Rod. Your group has generated quality chances here. Ottawa cuts the deficit with puck management playing a role. What have you seen halfway through?
Yeah, we were going fine. We just made 2 turnovers. It's on your tape with no real pressure. You can't do it. They're going to make you pay, and that's what happened.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Did you see which zone he pointed to on the turnovers? The offensive zone.
Yes, he did. And those become killers when they're unforced errors.
Everybody thinks about turnovers in the defensive zone. They're just as costly in the offensive zone.
8:35 remaining here in the second period. 2-1 Carolina. Stankoven and Aho for the Hurricanes. And most recently, Drake Batherson for Ottawa, their first of the series. This is sent back into the Senators' zone side of the net. Mark didn't know where it was. Carolina's going to get to it. Aho. Take a look. Turn, send it back beneath. Jarvis with a chip out in front for Svechnikov. He gets the blade to it, but off the side of the net. Batherson. Lassie Thompson. Thompson in tonight is Artem Zub. Fine defenseman for Ottawa was injured in game 1. Thompson making his playoff debut here tonight. Stutzla will come up with it. Worked it across. Brady Tkachuk looks for Stutzla. Stutzla hit by Walker. Stahl moves it around for Martinook. Martinook moves it out of the zone. And it'll roll wide and a wave off icing. Excellent hustle there from Nikolai Ehlers. Tkachuk will scoop up the loose puck. Hit a couple of skates and be settled down by Miller. Miller looking for Hall. He'll deflect it in the zone. Paulo will fight for it. And it's Gilbert. Moves this one along the boards. Not out. Blake makes the play to get to it. Takes a big hit from Gilbert. Stankoven forces a change of direction. That allows Chatfield to get to it. But they're going to say offside, and then Tkachuk a little extra after. And Hall's not going to have a piece of that. Chatfield's coming in. Slavin's going to make sure that nothing goes on. Chatfield, not Paulo, but Brady Tkachuk in the middle of it. Taylor Hall making sure it didn't escalate.
Carolina got the only penalty out of a scrum in the first period. At some point, you would think Ottawa might get the only penalty out of a potential scrum. Let's take one more look at the goal that right now is the difference. And watch what Aho does with his stick, how close it is to his left skate. Do you know what that does on such a quick pass with a ton of pace on it? It makes it way easier, builds strength in his ability to redirect it into the open net when it's nice and close to his skate.
Ottawa 6, Carolina 53, 2 minutes each for roughing.
See, I think Carolina, Svechnikov got the only penalty out of a scrum in the first period. 3-1 edge in power plays for Ottawa in this game. I think you were deserving, if you're Carolina, to come out of that scrum with the only penalty going to the Ottawa Senators.
Now, Tripp, one of your keys here tonight was the big line of Sebastian Aho, Seth Jarvis, and Andrei Svechnikov needed to show up. We know what they did in the regular season. What have you seen tonight?
I feel like they're building something here in the second period, Aho in particular. And, you utilize the last several games of the regular season to rest some guys that were just, a little bit banged up mentally and physically from the season. I think you understand that they might be a bit rusty, especially in game one, but it's going to pay major dividends moving forward. And I see Aho in particular, after not a great game one, coming off of that rest, starting to look like himself in particular in this period.
It's a defensive zone draw for Sebastian Aho against Tim Stutzla. 7:07 remaining here in the second period. 2-1 Canes lead. Stutzla is going to get the wave off, pleading his case. Still pleading it. Or the outside of the circle. Drake Batherson will now take the draw. They'll drop it and Aho wins it. Needs it back for Gostisbehere. Let's see if Carolina can take advantage of the open ice. You've got some dangerous players out here for both sides. Aho and Jarvis, Batherson and Stutzla. Those are the guys up front. Aho and Jarvis for the Hurricanes, and a couple of 30-goal scorers for Ottawa. Now here comes Aho speeding his way through, but Spence gets a piece of him, and the puck finds its way for Shabbat. Long pass knocked away by Gostisbehere. Stutzla takes him down. Batherson will get to it. Now Shabbat with a shot right on. Anderson makes the save and covers it up.
Drake Batherson has been as advertised. Terrific regular season. Scored a minute ago. Could that have been a trip to Stutzla? Possibly. And the interchange. Cut to the middle fearlessly. Draw two guys and get a bounce, but drop the puck to a defenseman jumping in Shabbat. Drake Batherson, a drafted and developed Ottawa Senator, is a very good one.
Yeah, a fourth-round pick is Batherson. And that's a reminder of you don't have to be a first-rounder to find a home. And again, development is also a huge key.
And he's the guy that had the chance that Anderson made the save in the game in game one. He has been solid in this series, Batherson.
Now Svechnikov. The second overall pick in 2018 now works its way back to Walker with a shot right into the glove of Allmark. He'll hang on. We'll still have 49 seconds left to 4-on-4 with 5:56 left in the second period. A 2-1 Canes lead.
To us, every moment matters. Moments of quiet perseverance and loud celebrations. Starting moments and the moments that make us feel unstoppable. We're here to help you be present for them all. UNC Health is dedicated to getting you back to what you love. Faster, stronger, and healthier. Official healthcare provider of the Carolina Hurricanes.
For almost a decade, the Hurricanes have trusted their t-shirt needs with Cardinal Apparel. Carolina Hurricanes alumni Shane Willis here to tell you Cardinal Apparel has expanded and relocated to better serve their clients across the state. Formerly known as Raleigh Screen Print, Cardinal Apparel will produce high-quality screen printing while working directly with customers. Don't waste your time online trying to order through third-party vendors. Save money and time working with Cardinal Apparel. Visit cardinalapparel.com to start your order today.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
2-1 Hurricanes with 5:56 remaining in the second period. We heard Andy Yates talking with Rod Brindamore, and players will talk about this at length. It's about puck possession and managing the puck, especially in the playoffs. If you're going to turn pucks over around the blue lines or just take shots that are meaningless and wide of nets, it's going to turn into transition for other teams, especially teams with speed like the Ottawa Senators. The Hurricanes managed the puck so well in the first period. Here, they've gotten a little bit loose. What does that lead to? More chances for Ottawa and their eventual goal to get on the score sheet. They start to manage the puck better, get control of this game, and don't play loose, Mike.
Oh, thanks for that, Shane. Offensive zone win for Aho. Still 4-on-4. Vacation lets the blast go. That will be off the mark, but Carolina can keep it in. Good work there by Jarvis, and now it'll be Aho. Not liking what he sees. He'll take it back. And Slavin will appear with it. Now Aho, 30 seconds left, 4-on-4, 5 minutes, 35 seconds left here in this second. Slavin out in front for Jarvis, but just getting a piece deflected away was Jake Sanderson. And the speed coming back the other way. Stutzla. Gonna drop it for Kachuk. Loose puck in the Kane zone, but Nikishin finds it for Jarvis. Slavin. Slow it down for a moment. Now he'll go right to Jarvis. Across the ice. Here's a chance for Stoll. Rebound comes free. Jarvis waiting, and it'll roll on him. A great look to find out 5-on-5 as Blake jumps out of the box. Gilbert joins him. Blake into the corner. He's giving a heavy hit, and then the puck is covered up in net. Now Blake and Kachuk have a little something going here.
Oh, I mean, talk about the size of the human heart, Jackson Blake. He ain't gonna shy away from anybody.
Our Verizon reliable performance for this contest. How about talking about longest win streaks in playoff opening games? Carolina with 7. They've tied the Blues, who did it from 95 to 01. Next on the list, that Sharks team that perennially got win streaks in opening games. And then you're tracking history with the Islanders of the late 70s and early 80s on the Montreal Canadiens. And you know what they say, it's not about the size of the dog, but the size of the fight in him. He's got a Doberman inside of him, Jackson Blake.
And even though Ottawa's cut the lead in half, after Ottawa won 75% of the face-offs in the first period, the Hurricanes have come back with a good face-off period here in the second. There's a chance here with Eller getting booted. See what Stan Colvin can do.
Nick Cousins will take the draw in place of Eller. Diving in to help win that is Blake. Hall chips it into the corner. Taylor Hall. He'll bounce around with Eller. And he'll find his way for Shabbat. And we'll airmail this one. will check up just outside the Canes blue line. That'll go into the Ottawa bench and get us a whistle with 4:41 left in the second.
That puck just about hit Ottawa assistant coach Mike Yeo, former head coach in the NHL and one of the biggest believers. There he is with that gray tie, game face on. He has a long history with Jordan Stahl, having coached him. Look at Daniel Alfredson, Ottawa legend. Excellent coaching staff with the Ottawa Senators, but I remember having conversations with Mike Yeo when he was head coach of the Minnesota Wild about his time, how much he cherished it, coaching Jordan Stahl with the Penguins.
There's a chance for Blake. What a heck of a hockey player Daniel Alfredson was. One-time captain for that Ottawa Senators team. Ottawa's going to work this one out. Pinto's going to get to it. He'll have to stop, runs out of room, and then he'll lose an edge. So it looked like a grade A chance. Just evaporated, and now Gostisbehere wants to set up Carolina with Blake. A little 2-foot pass. Blake back for Gostisbehere. Across the Cation, lets the bomb go. And that goes off the inboard side of the net. Stankoven. Now for Gostisbehere. His pass went off of the maybe toe of the stick and allows Fogle to dump this one in the Cane zone. Fogle goes after it. He'll lose it to Stankoven. This will be chipped back to the Ottawa blue line. 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go here in the second. 2-1 Canes lead here in game 2. Anderson out of his nets, a play away from Claude Giroux. Giroux lose an edge, and Nikishin can play it back for Gostisbehere. Stankoven. Heated that on the way through, and now it's Ottawa working it into the Cane zone. Shot by Cousins, he scores! Dylan Cousins snapped one from just above the goal line near the boards, and it trickles through Frederik Andersen. We're tied at 2.
The Hurricanes continue to turn the puck over, this time an errant pass in the neutral zone. Nikishin had a chance to be physical. Obviously, this is a soft goal to tie the hockey game. The misfire from Stankoven, that's your turnover. And Nikishin, I thought, could have played with some thump, but still, I mean, this is a low percentage offering that, as good as Anderson has been, that's a tough goal.
Cousins is his second career postseason goal. This is icing here on the Canes.
At every position and as a group, adversity is going to face you at some point in every playoff series. Now you have some adversity here. How do you move on from it? Starting with baby steps of finishing this period properly.
The good news, though, about that adversity is you're still tied at 2. You get back to your game. The way that Carolina's played for the majority of this one. Let's see how it can turn. Canes get this in deep. Ottawa will serve it back into the Hurricane zone. Miller will play it for Cross for Sean Walker. Canes connecting the dots here, and he'll deliver this game from the corner where Svechnikov gets a big hit in the corner. Loose puck trying to send it out in front. That'll bounce off of the body. Chipped out there by Batherson. Sanderson will come away with it. Kachuk knocks it down. He's going to go with an aerial flip on the side of the net where Stutzler. He's crunched. This puck is going to be turned over with speed as Ehlers. Ehlers 1-on-3. He'll wait for help. Sends it across. Jarvis. Spin away back for Slavin. Shot off of the mask of Ullmark, and then he'll get a whistle.
He's the story. I mean, the save he made on Hall, that it would have been 3-0. His glove side in particular. You know, I keep saying, that glove is like a vacuum. I know it was the most successful shot location for the league to beat him this year. Stay away from that pocket. If you're going to go to that side high, again, go towards his interior. Not the glove itself, but he is the story here, keeping his team in this game that is now tied.
It'll be Jankowski, Robinson, and Carrier up front with 2:17 remaining here in the second period. And a good win here. Carrier sends that through the blue paint. But it caught Ullmark by surprise. Jankowski will flip this one in deep. Carrier, that's a hit from behind by Aho, and the loose puck, Sanderson will take it out. He'll get it right back, but just fence this one in the Kane zone. It'll be moved around. Robinson will get it out.
You know, you think interference to Svechnikov on Drew in the first period. You've had just the one power play. I think that could have certainly met the threshold of interference.
Now Robinson races after it. He'll erase icing. And Ullmark will put the glove to it and get a whistle with 1:39 left here in the second.
You just want consistency. And, you know, I thought it was interference to Svechnikov in the first period. Where's the puck here? You know, it's there, but you're catching numbers. I think it meets the threshold of a minor. Can't do anything about it. You got to move on. Will Carrier is Stanley Cup champion, would be the first guy to say that. Aho's had a nice period. He's starting to build something here. Let's see if he can come up with this face-off and create a chance on Eller.
Offensive zone draw. 2-2 game. Swept back. Spence wants to clear it. Can't. Kept in along the board just for the moment by Jarvis. And now up for Nick Cousins. He'll be knocked down by Aho and Anderson. Leaves it for him, but it'll be stolen by Eller. Eller goes out in front, and a nice play as Giroux fills the zone. Eller now. He's felled there by Aho. Keeps the puck in. Ridley Gregg into the corner. Chatfield's able to move it out. Svechnikov gets to it. Now it's played for Jarvis, but a little bit too far. Back in, it'll be Slavin who is charging after it. And Chatfield with it. He'll leave it for Slavin behind the net. 1 minute remaining in this middle frame. Carolina. They get the Stahl line out here, and now Ehlers with speed. He's going to drop it for Stahl. Stahl out in front. Rebound. And another save by Ullmark as he gets the glove to the Martinook offering. That one might be a better save. Chatfield out in front. That's redirected by Ehlers, and Ullmark will catch and hang on.
A couple of days ago, I was talking to former Hurricane Kevin Weeks, and he said when Ullmark feels confident with his glove, it's like a vacuum. That was right at the elbow. I mean, he is just, with that glove side in particular, made what? 4, 8+ saves in the second period? Eyes. First thing he did was locate with the eyes. Then the body follows in desperation on Martinook. Heck of a executed rush opportunity from that Stahl Martinook Ehlers line.
36.7 seconds left. Carolina wins the draw. Miller, he'll move in. Miller will circle behind the net. DeAndre Miller hanging onto it. He goes up top. Walker. Stahl hammers one. Save. Ullmark rebounds there. Ullmark tries to clear it away. Carolina to it. They can keep it in. Stahl tries to get the shot through. That'll be knocked down. Sanderson around the boards into an empty corner with 15 seconds left. And Ottawa just clears. 10 seconds left in the period. Miller has his head up. He'll hand it for Stahl. Stahl back from Miller. And this is how the second period is going to come to a close. As the horn goes, Canes built a 2-0 lead, but Ottawa answers with 2 back. And Sebastian Aho will clear things up with Hannah Yates in our second intermission. Canes found a way to get another monstrous penalty kill, and Sebastian Aho got his first of the postseason. We'll go after 40 with Shane Willis. Trip Tracy will have your highlights from that second period. 2 periods in the books in game 2. Deuces are wild in Raleigh.
It's bow time. Sometimes the craving for Bojangles Supremes is so strong you just gotta have them. Even when your gas tank is on empty and Bojangles is still 10 miles down the highway. Nothing beats the flavor of Bojangles' juicy golden Supremes, especially when they're part of a perfect combo with 4 boldly seasoned chicken Supremes, a made-from-scratch biscuit, fixin', and some legendary iced tea. The only thing that can satisfy your hunger is that delicious southern flavor. So when the craving is supreme, put the pedal to the metal. It's bow time.
There's no time like bow time. Time to stop whatever you're doing for some of that one-of-a-kind Bojangles flavor. Satisfy your craving for flavor and your passion for boneless chicken with Bojangles 4-piece Supremes Dinner. 4 perfectly seasoned, Cajun-fried, whole breast tenderloin fillets, choice of fixin', a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit, and Bojangles legendary iced tea. When you're hungry for flavor and value, it's bow time.
The NBA playoffs are right around the corner, and now you can trade every game on Kalshi. You can also trade on who wins each series, the conference finals, and the championship. On Kalshi, you're trading against other people in a live market. No house, no odds makers. And as odds move, you can buy in or out anytime throughout the postseason. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code SHOT to get $10 when you trade $10. Kalshi. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Adam Gold inside Lenovo Center. And once again, a very entertaining game. And we are in the Steel intermission report. Steel powering the future with professional-grade battery tools built for real-world work. Sebastian Aho did that real-world work shorthanded. The goal came 1 second after Sean Walker was allowed to exit the penalty box, so it's not a shorthanded goal. He gets it from Jordan Stahl. That made it 2-0 Carolina, just under 8 minutes gone in the second. But a soft clear by Aho, kept in by Jake Sanderson, allows Drake Batherson to get the puck down low. He was trying to pass it out in front. It bounced off of Jacob Slavin right back to Batherson, and before Freddie Anderson could realize where the puck was, it was behind him, and that made it 2-1. And then bad break and a bad penalty and a bad play by Frederick Anderson. The first no goal of the playoffs for Freddie. Dylan Cousins, harmless shot, sharp angle, just under the pad. And it's one that Freddie can't allow. But Carolina, last half of the period, got a little sloppy with the puck. Mishandles the puck in the offensive zone. A couple of turnovers, which leads to Ottawa getting possession down low. And then Aho, who just could not clear the puck, couldn't get enough on the clear. If he gets it out, it's no harm. Might still be 2-0. But the Hurricanes are now locked in a 2-2 game as we head to period 3. We'll take a listen to highlights next.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar. The better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Hey, Caniacs. As the official security partner of the Carolina Hurricanes, the local team at Vector Security is committed to protecting homes and businesses across the Research Triangle. Our families live here and contribute to our communities, so we have a vested interest in keeping the homes and businesses of our neighbors safe and secure. Visit vectorsecurity.com/canes for a free home or business security assessment. That's vectorsecurity.com/canes.
Ambition comes in all shapes and sizes. At First Citizens Bank, we're fit for your ambitions, whatever shape they may take. Whether you're planning for today or tomorrow, we've got the flexibility and know-how to help you reach your goals. Because we're built for what you're building. First Citizens Bank, fit for your ambition. Learn more at firstcitizens.com/ambition.
Highlights, second period style, brought to you by Spectrum. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more, SpectrumTV.com. Carolina shorthanded, always dangerous. When Aho and Jarvis are on the ice, Aho circles around behind the net, finds Jarvis in the dead slot.
Aho with a nice play on Sanderson. Now trying to work his way around Stützle, and he does. Aho will get to it. Lurking is Jarvis. Shoots a hole mark with the glove save.
Aho and Jarvis are starting to find it.
Yeah, we're still waiting for Seth. Seth's had some opportunities. Then at the other end, Freddie Anderson and our old friend Warren Fogle right at the top of the crease.
We're going to get it out in front, and it's whacked in a few times by Fogle, but Mr. Anderson closes the door.
Yeah, really good save by Freddie there. Then at the end of a Sean Walker penalty, Carolina's shorthanded to start, wasn't at the end. Stahl threads the needle to Sebastian.
Here comes Aho. It's Aho and Stahl. 2-on-1. Stahl waits, delivers the pass. They score! Sebastian Aho pointing to the passer, and it's 2-0 Carolina.
Man, that was awesome then. It was 1 second after the power play for Ottawa expired. And then Taylor Hall with a golden opportunity to make it 3-0.
Stankoven lets it go. Big save. Sent back across. Oh, Mark makes the save. Did he keep it out? Yes, he did. Oh, mercy. Linus Allmark keeping the Senators in this one.
Carolina could be well ahead because they're a bad break in some ways. Bad play, but a bad break also led to the first goal. But Allmark has been dynamite. When the Canes play on the road during the playoffs, be sure to join Stormy and the gang at the Carolina Ale House. First Canes watch party of the playoffs, Game 3, Thursday, Cary location. If you can't join us in Cary, stop by any Carolina Ale House. Cheer on the Canes with your fellow Caniacs. Carolina Ale House, exclusive sponsor of Canes playoff watch parties. Kurt Dusterberg, NHL.com. Next.
Hockey's not just a game. It's a clash of sticks. It's sprays of ice and crazy saves. It's slap shots and the scrape of blades. It's an endless series of touch-and-go moments that make you feel alive. Through the highs and lows, you march your way down the long road to the playoffs alongside your team, with your jersey on and your heart on your sleeve, because they couldn't do it without you. And when you're there for your team, the NHL store is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLShop.com. A Fanatics experience.
Your Harris Teeter grocery haul can earn you savings on gas with our fuel points. Earn 1 fuel point for every $1 you spend when you shop with your Vic card on your favorite products, fresh produce, and organic brands. Track your fuel points in the Harris Teeter app and redeem your points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. The more you shop, the more points you earn. It's like getting gas money just for shopping like you normally do. Click to learn more. Harris Teeter, in food with love.
Adam Gold inside Lenovo Center 2-2. Hurricanes and Senators. We have played 40 minutes. Kurt Dusterberg, NHL.com, joining us. Everything was going great. Carolina came very close. It wasn't just a Taylor Hall shot that could have made it 3-0. There were a few other opportunities in there also that could have. Logan Stankoven's got 2 goals and 3 points in the series. He's also had the 2 easiest misses, I think, of the series. But the Hurricanes didn't get the 3rd goal. Allmark's made some great saves, and a couple of Carolina little sloppy situations have brought us tied.
Yes, and I guess that's the reminder that this is what happens in the playoffs. Every goal is magnified, and for good reason, because they're significant. And a given Tuesday night in January, it doesn't make much difference. There's no consequence to the sequence of games. There is here, and the Hurricanes were on the brink of putting this one, I don't want to say out of reach in the second period, but you get a 3rd goal there, and not only have you done that, you've killed 3 penalties, so you've blunted their momentum there, and you've also left them then searching for saying, hey, wait a minute, we're going to head into 5 periods now with no goals, and suddenly on the road, this looks like a bad situation going into the 3rd, and it's not that now.
Yeah, and I know that
because the likelihood of that puck coming right back and the short side being open by 6 inches and having room there is probably not good. Okay, so it's what you do after that.
Right.
And you can ill afford to have a mistake. And that's what happened there. And I don't want to put too much emphasis on